strong drive to the hoop.
Eric, the turnaround shot, nothing but net. Wamar rings the bell with a three.
Chavez drills in a three.
Lastimosa.
Over the defense. What a big shot for Ino Como.
MPBL national champion.
One seed Quezon Huskers. They reached glory in this very same venue last year. The Mindoro Tamaraws making their first playoff appearance.
It's Judel Fuentes, the three, yes! Gozum inside, that is Will Gozum. Manal fires a three! What a big shot! The Quezon Huskers draw first blood.
Fires and hits. Three for three. Got it.
That's the shot.
Humihina pa ang Mindoro Tamaraws.
LJ Gonzalez with a hang time move.
The Cowboy will fire
And hit. Whoa! Christian Pagaran with the hammer.
Mindoro and Quezon define or dominate.
It's been quite an eventful first round in the MPBL playoffs. And for the first time in more than 5 years, we return to the Malolos Sports and Convention Center in Malolos, Bulacan as we kickstart game number 2 of the South Division quarterfinals. We got LJ Gonzalez, who electrified everybody in Lucena City, going up against his former fellow FU Tamaraw and Ino Combo. He will have to shoot much better if Mindoro has any chance of extending the series. Sila ang magkalaban in our first game, Quezon kontra Mindoro, followed by the Jensen Warriors squaring off against the Basilan Star Horse. Magandang hapon mga kaliga, Ken Panglinan with Coach Mike Perez. Very nice venue, Coach Mike, but two teams would need to win if they want to stay alive in this series.
Yeah, definitely. And you got to continue what you've started really well in game number 1 and make adjustments on some of the things that you really want to correct coming here into game number 2.
And you're watching us live on the official MPBL YouTube channel and also on Solar Sports and on pusop.com. Let's bring in our third member of our panel, Miss Andrea Indicio. Andrea, tayong tatlo first time natin dito sa Malolos Sports and Convention Center. Pero kamusta yung dalawang teams heading into this matchup?
Una sa lahat, magandang hapon sa inyo, Ken and Coach Mike, at syempre sa ating mga kaliga. Well, unahin ko na nga itong Mindoro bilang they're the team that is at a disadvantage in this match. As I enter their dugout, I could say it was a little bit gloomy and quiet. I could even hear some players saying, relax lang tayo guys. Well, with their backs against the wall, hindi naman natin masisisi yung tension or yung tightness na nararamdaman ng mga players. Actually, they even had to start their pregame huddle with a few minutes of reflection and meditation, probably to calm things down para sa kanilang koponan. And moving on para naman sa Quezon, sabi nga ni Coach Eric Gonzalez, a win is a win, pero last game, lumabas daw yung mga bagay na kailangan pa nilang i-improve along the way. At yung last game daw, patunay na mga bagito pa daw talaga ang kanyang mga alaga. At bakit nga ba niya nasabi yun? Well, ibabahagi ko sa inyo maya-maya lamang, but for now, balik muna sa inyo.
Maraming salamat, Andrea. And at this point, Coach Mike, if you're Mindoro, you're trying to pull out all the stops, whatever you can, to extend this series. And, well, they're going up against the number 1 team in the South Division, the Quezon Huskers. They're trying to defy the odds, but Quezon so far also trying to dominate in this series. And we look at our updated playoff bracket, Coach Mike, and nakita natin, Abra beating Ilagan Isabela, but they had to fight back in the 4th quarter, and then bagong champions na for this season because Pampanga just got thrown by Caloocan.
Yeah, very, very good game right there in the last match. Of course, Abra heading on and after sweeping that series. Pero ang ganda ng nilaro rin itong Ilagan in that match. And of course, Caloocan eventually gonna meet up with Abra in their semifinals for the North.
Yeah, actually, both teams had to come back from a huge deficit in both their games. In fact, Caloocan was down by 17 points against Pampanga before beating them in game number 2. Ngayon, pag-usapan natin, Coach Mike, yung nangyari nung game number 1 between Quezon and Mindoro. You covered that game. This game actually pretty heated, no? Slow first quarter, but action really picked up in the last 3.
Actually, ang Quezon got tested by Mindoro in that playoff opener, and they were up to the challenge, eventually winning that game. Quezon found themselves trailing at the end of one quarter, but surged ahead in the second and took the lead at the half, which they extended to 3 quarters, and really just holding on to a 9-point victory. Gabanal for Quezon led with 19, Jadel had 15, and LJ with a triple-double in that match. And for Mindoro naman, it was Bam Gamalinda and Joseph Sedorifa, along with Axel Inigo, really providing a lot of help from the bench. The problem really, or the challenge really for Mindoro in that game was really shot making. They were a -12 when it comes to attempts, and a -12 as well in terms of makes. And they did well in the free throws, but still, at the end of the day, you got to make your shots from the field, which I feel is something that Coach Benji and the Mindoro Tamaraws could probably build on, especially when they control the offensive rebounds and the second chance points.
Especially with these two teams, top 2 in terms of 3-point makes in the regular season. And for the Quezon Huskers, Coach Mike, LJ Gonzalez, alam naman natin pagdating ng playoffs, talagang ganado ito, no? Especially with the way he struggled in that final series against Pampanga. You know that he's raring to bounce back in a big way this season.
I think ganado is even an understatement if you talk about LJ Gonzalez in that game. He literally got lit and he was ignited. 14 points, 13 assists, and 11 rebounds, a triple-double for the guy when the stakes were up. Really nagpakita na magandang performance itong si LJ Gonzalez. Matter of fact, he was adjudged as the best player of that game, and really shows you the kind of intense player that they would need LJ in order to spark up the team of the Huskers.
Ang kagandahan sa ginawa ni LJ Gonzalez, Coach Mike, hindi pilit eh.
Oo.
You saw the efficient shooting from the field, 6 out of 12, and also had a triple-double. All right. It's Quezon versus Mindoro in our first matchup, game number 2 of the South Division quarterfinals. Punta na natin si Richard Tapos for starters.
A warm and pleasant afternoon. We're glad to have you here at Malolo Sports and Convention Center, Malolo City, Bulacan. It's game 2 of the best of 3 quarterfinals. Quezon up 1-0 over Mindoro. Manny Pacquiao's MPBL Season 7 playoffs. Live on pusup.com and on YouTube channel. Time to meet the starters. Introducing first, the Quezon Huskers. Forward number 93, Vince Magbuhos. Also at forward number 77, Gab Banal. At center number 22, Joseph Gabayni. Guard number 13, LJ Gonzalez. Shooting guard number 2, Judel Fuentes. The head coach is Eric Gonzalez, assisted by Richie Tixon, Ed De La Torre, Luis Nolasco, Jonathan De Guzman, Nash Racela, Bernard De Guia, and Councilor Jeric Tang, Team Manager Attorney Don Capunan, Team Honors Governor Doc Helen Tan, Congressman Mike Tan, and Mayor Ralph Lim. Now for Mindoro Tamaraws. Playing center number 22, Marion Magat. Forward number 24, Ashen Andrews. Also at forward number 12, Ray Bienes. At guard number 5, playing assistant coach, Axel Inigo. And at 2 guard number 3, Ino Comboy. They are led by Benji Chidoro, assisted by Kim Cinco, with the playing assistant coaches Ken Bono and Joseph Sedorifa. Assisted by Carla Dusa and JC Libunao. Team manager Sandra Norte. And the team owner is Paula Oriental Mindoro, Honorable Mayor Jennifer Ina Alegre Cruz. The game officials are crew chief Maynard Centeno, Leonardo Dayosa, and Ron Panduyo.
Our starting 5 for Quezon, almost the same starting unit they had in game number 1 with the exception of Joseph Gabayni starting in place of Simon Sandagon. For Mindoro, a totally different unit from what they had in game number 1. All of these guys, Axel Inigo, Ino Comboy, Marion Magat, Ranray Bienes, and Ashon Andrews came off the bench in game number 1. Gab Banal had 19 points in that last game they had. Torched the nets in Lucena City. But a different venue this time here in Malolos. Mindoro trying to stay alive in this series as a number 8 seed. A jumble violation committed by Marion Magat. And first possession goes to the Quezon Huskers.
Oh, quite interesting. Quite interesting first 5 from both teams, huh?
Okay, baliktad pala. It was Gabayni who committed that, Magbuhos rather, who committed that jumble variation. So first possession going to the side of the Tamaraws. Comboy nakawala sa ilalim. Scores the first 2 points of this ball game.
I think that's very important for Ino Comboy to immediately be the one to first get that basket para dito sa Mindoro Tamaraws. He shot only 35% in that game. While on the other side, Gab Banal was super good when he started that game for the Huskers in game number 1.
Oo. Tabla tayo 2-all. Bola na agaw ni Judel Fuentes. Pabandang tira hindi gagana.
Might be one of the reasons kung bakit sinimulan nila ang Mindoro itong guys coming off the bench, because the bench is really good in game number 1. So might as well, go that route para dito sa Tamaraws in game number 2.
Bienes missing on that shot. LJ Gonzalez. They go to Gabayni inside. Just 1 minute in. And things getting chippy immediately.
Just sending a message that the Mindoro Tamaraws are actually here to try and extend this. A little, bump inside as may konting balik ng bangga rin itong si Gabayni. Of course, Gabayni starting for Simon Sandangon, who right now is under the weather para dito sa Huskers.
Marion Magat, that's his first It's a double warning between Marian Magat and Joseph Gabaini for sports.
So Marian Magat called for that foul, and both players, Marian Magat and Joseph Gabaini, warned for unsportsmanlike behavior. So next infraction from both teams will result into a technical foul. LJ Gonzalez, pasa sa ilalim, supalpal, inabot ni Gabaini kay Marian Magat, but he got hit in the face. Magat is still down, but Inigo drives. Magat is still on the deck.
Apparently getting hit in the eye after that shot block on that attempt by Joseph Gabaini earlier underneath. Really good defense that time by Marian Magat, who I'd like to think is trying to get back and be better in this game for the Tamaraws. Ayun yung supalpalo, there's that swipe on the right hand by Gabaini right through the eye of Marian Magat.
That could merit an unsportsmanlike foul. Let's see. I mean, just in game number 1, you were there in Lucena City. Well, we'll break down what happened there because I think Richard Tampos already has the official verdict on this one.
Upon review, it's an unsportsmanlike foul on number 22, Joseph Gabaini, for an act of violence.
Oo, act of violence.
Well, kung ikaw naman si Joseph Gabaini, you wouldn't wanna start the game this way. Immediately, nagkaroon ka ng konting kiskisan underneath with Marian Magat and you get slapped with an unsportsmanlike foul. You're just too valuable inside of a big man for the Quezon Huskers. Because in the previous game, they got out-rebounded. And so, napakahalaga ng big men para dito sa Huskers.
So Ken Bono will come in to shoot the 2 free throws. It's good on the first. By the way, last time that actually no number 8 seeded team was able to beat a number 1 seeded team in the first round of the MPBL playoffs in its history. Although there were a couple of times where the 8th seed was able to extend it to a game number 3. The most recent one was Iloilo versus Bacoor. Yung game winner, no? Ni CJ Katapusan.
That's right. And I think yun ang gustong ma-achieve nitong Mindoro Tamaraws as they go up against the Huskers. Really, you have to start with a lot of force if you're Mindoro Tamaraws to try and dictate the momentum because in that game number 1, practically, dinictate ng Huskers right from the get-go.
Traveling ang tinawag doon against Joseph Gabaini.
And now he's got to contend with Ken Bono on the other end, a little bit more of heft on the side of Ken Bono, but that first game, 4 minutes of action, no points at all for Ken Bono, and the hope is really to be better right now in terms of contribution for the Tamaraws from Ken.
Bono pass to Andrews, who drives, and a foul whistled against the Quezon Huskers. And this is the thing with Quezon, they are such a lethal defensive team. But if there's one weakness they have is that penchant of getting into foul trouble early.
Yes, and I feel that that's really part of their effort on the defensive end. That's why they commit a lot of fouls, which if you go back to the previous game, I think they gave up more fouls than that of itong Mindoro.
Well, let's check in muna with Andrea.
Earlier, I mentioned na nasabi ni Coach Eric Gonzalez na mga bagito pa nga daw ang kanyang mga players. 2 reasons. 1, hindi ready sa gulangan. We all know basketball isn't just a game of physicality and skill, it's also a game of wit. 2, they need to be more mindful of the individual tendencies of their opponents. As per Coach Eric, the Tamaraws are playing as true veterans, magaling mamaraan. But on their end, dapat ready sila sa mga tendencies na ito. As he shared, most of these Tamaraws dumaan sa kanyang mga kamay. He coached Marian Magat in NU year 2010, Bambam Gamalinda in San Beda year 2003, Axel Inigo, Ray Bienes, Ino Comboy, and RJ Ramirez in FEU, and Joseph Sedurifa in the D-League. That's why he knows how capable these guys are. Sabi nga ni Coach Coach Eric, ang tatalino maglaro ng mga yan. Na-build kasi namin ang fundamentals ng maayos. Ken and Coach Mike.
Maraming salamat, Andrea. As Comboy launches from the outside. And that's why, should they get out here in this series, this is such a nice test for them, talking about the Quezon Huskers, Coach Mike, because yun nga, puro mga veterano, they always find a way to make things happen. And alam mo, pag playoffs, regardless of seeding, you throw the stats out of the window. It's the decision makers, the guys that make the good decisions on the floor that really stand out here in this stage of the season.
And at the end, everything, you know, lahat ng mga pinag-usapan na yan, it's really about poise. If you want to be a champion team, you have to have that level of poise that would bring you to bigger games and perform really well. And I feel yung Bagito statement na yan ni Coach Eric really was alluding to that situation where RJ Ramirez, you know, started things off at nagkaroon ng mga ejections like Bangkale and even Topeng Lagrama. And they were on a good run actually, and they didn't need that. And so I guess doon ang gagaling yung message na yun ni Coach Eric, at napakahalaga niya para dito sa Huskers, especially as they would want to end up with a title this season.
More than 3 minutes gone by in the first quarter. Mindoro ang lamang, 6-2. Comboy attempt at another free, mintis pa din.
Another missed shot, but you love the activity of man and ball movement para dito sa Mindoro Tamaraws to start the first quarter.
Jump ball. Quezon Huskers retain possession. Check out our assist of the game, brought to you by 747. 747 live assist of the game.
And that basket by Cowboy coming off a flex action, and him ending up at the bottom part of it and able to sink it. Gabanal going to work again.
First 2 points, huh? First 2 field goals, rather, of Quezon coming from Gabanal himself.
Oh boy, was he big, especially in that first half. But Ashton Andrews, you know, getting active and involved early in the game for the Mindoro Tamaraws. Tamaraws looking good so far.
Saka palagay ko yun yung isa sa missing ingredients na gusto nilang gawin eh. That guy that could attack the basket and now grab rebounds like that. Ashton Andrews certainly provides a different dimension for this Mindoro Tamaraw squad.
And what you like right now for the Mindoro Tamaraws, they want to get a lot of paint touches, similar to this finish right here by Ashton Andrews. Athletic ability, able to decelerate, stay in balance, and finish it off through contact.
Oo. Lalo nung elimination round, Coach Mike, they were practically living and dying by that 3-point shot. Pero ngayon, I think they recognize that in the playoffs, that's not gonna work. Kailangan meron kang mga bagong baon and wrinkles to your offense, no?
Precisely. I mean, if the shots are not falling from the outside, kailangan mo talagang tumikada rin sa loob. But, you know, if you got Jonas Tebaya knocking down shots from the outside, well, you're still gonna take it if you're in the Mindoro Tamaraws. You played that way for the entire season, tweak lang ng konti to your point.
11-4, Mindoro extends the lead to 7. And they hold Quezon to 1 shot on that possession.
So far, getting good at securing defensive rebounds. Bam with another 3.
Pumalog lang palabas. That was halfway down. Diego Dario with a basketball. As we're approaching the halfway point of the first quarter. Opiso, masyado malakas yung kanyang tira from the elbow. Ashton Andrews falls down on the floor, but Camalinda recovers and taps it in. 13-4, Mindoro with a 9-point lead.
Dito mo nararamdaman yung paint action to which advantage para dito sa Mindoro Tamaraws. They've been crashing the offensive boards and really just ferocious at it.
Kapanal can't get that shot to fall from beyond the arc.
One and done na naman itong Quezon Huskers in that last offensive set.
4 out of 10. The Tamaraws from the field make that 5 out of 11. That shot will count for Bam Bam Gamalinda. And a bonus free throw coming up after getting fouled.
Able to get a good flow right now itong Mindoro Tamaraws. Bam Gamalinda going to work. Favorite spot on the floor, 15 feet in. Little shoulder bump to create that separation and eventually gaining that foul and the bonus free throw on the line for Bam Gamalinda.
Yan yung sinasabi ni Coach Eric, no? Yung pagiging veterano nitong mga manlalaro ng Mindoro.
Exactly. At saka yung last game ni Bam Gamalinda, he didn't really shoot that well. He was 5 of 14 from the field, shot only 36%, and you know na he's so much better than that. And he got only to the line just once and missed it. So more touches, more shot attempts, in my opinion, for Bam Gamalinda should bode well for the Tamaraws.
16-4, Altamsi can't hit the three. Rebound, Jonas Tibayan. Again, Mindoro doing a much better job of cleaning the defensive glass. Kaya lang, wild shot doon. Natapik nga lang palabas ng Quezon. Ball will stay with Mindoro with 12 on their shot clock.
Unfortunate for Mike Kong right there. That ball got tipped outside by a Huskers player. He had shooters outside, didn't spray it out. Instead went inside and thankfully may humawak na player ng Huskers before lumabas yung para sa Tamaraws.
Sa poste naman, Bam Bam Gamalinda. Short rebound, Joshua Yero.
Huskers somehow taken out of rhythm here to start the first quarter.
Under 4 minutes left here in this period. Oh, Will Gozom twirling his way inside for the layup.
What you like about that move, kung jumap pa lang siya, nakangiti na si
Sino?
si Will Gozom. Alam niya, open yung gitna, kayang kuhanin, and had to be very creative on that finish.
Ramirez just inside the arc.
Well, I feel Ramirez is an energy guy that they're gonna need here for the Tamaraws. He had 6 points in game number 1. Right now, he's trying to get more in game number 2.
Fix the pocket of Diego Dario that time. 18-4 start. Coach Eric hasn't called a timeout yet. Papasok si Marion Magat, na-recover na sa pagkakasundot sa mata niya kanina. 3-point shot, hatid sa atin ng Extreme, your one-stop shop appliances.
A little slot-to-slot action on that pass, ending up with Jonas Tibayan. You know, we always say catch and shoot, and if you feel that's within your range, you gotta take, and that's very important for Jonas Tibayan in this game.
Altamsi, pinasa kay Will Gozom, gets that one-hander to go. Kapanal and Will Gozom 4 points each for the Huskers.
And Will Gozom really just trying to continue what he started in game number 1. Had 9 points in that match and, you know, want to start strong here for game number 2 para din sa Huskers.
Diego Dario returning the favor. Stealing that one
Skip.
from RJ Ramirez. Now relocates. Back-to-back misses from beyond the arc. Tatakbo dito ang Mindoro. But nice transition defense by the Quezon Huskers. Pero nalibre si Hans Maikong. 3-point shot is good.
Nice ball movement. You could see that right from the get-go. The way that we're pushing the ball down the floor, trying to locate open teammates, take the pass, get it, see if you have a shot. He doesn't. Understands that there's Maikong in that corner and you trust your practice to make that shot.
Timeout by Coach Eric Gonzalez. Hans Maikong with that 3. Extending this lead to 13 points, 21-8. Bam Bam Gamalinda averaging 12.2 points, 44.2% from the field. And especially Coach Mike nung game number 1, no, where Ino Comboy struggled And despite all that, Mindoro was within striking distance for the most part because of his production in that particular game.
He pretty much is the reason why, nakapasok dito sa playoffs itong Mindoro, because Bam Gamalinda, together with the Ino combo, has really helped out in the scoring. And let me correct myself earlier when I said there was only one free throw made. It was actually just one three-point attempt for Bam Gamalinda in that game, to which he missed. He was actually 4 out of 5 from the free throws, which is a very good 80% clip.
Diego Dario, dumaan sa baseline.
There you go. That's better ball movement. There you go.
Gozom hits the free. 7 early points for the former NCAA MVP.
And I like these Huskers coming out of that timeout. A little bit more ping, little bit more of intentional on their offensive sets and their ball movement.
That's Mike Kong going right at LJ Gonzalez, scoring the last 5 points.
Yep.
Gozom, asintado galing sa labas.
That's just reading defense. You want to force Marion Maga to close out long. Will Gossip's got to make those 3. And if you continue to go on a drop coverage, you have to pay for it, which is Will Gossip's pretty good from the outside.
10 puntos agad galing kay Will Gozom. Baba sa siyam ang lamang ng Mindoro.
Nice pick.
Gamalinda pumuwersa. Can't get that one to go. And the rebound ends up with Vince Magbuhos. Foul given up by Hans Baikong. Hans Baikong whistled for his first foul. Play of the game is brought to you by 747.
A little downhill action on that middle ball screen. Corner guy does not shake up, and Will Gossam receives that, a short roll, and that finish from the elbow.
That was our 747.live play of the game.
Mas maganda ang galawan ng Huskers coming off that timeout. The passes are sharper, the shots are more intentional. And dito natin makikita, Ken, yung pinag-uusapan natin kanina, which you mentioned earlier, na number 1 pagdating sa depensa itong Quezon, and yung mga basket nila na yun. Coach Eric surely told them, guys, we gotta defend, and then we gotta execute the other way. Let's trust our defense to ignite our offense.
Kagaya nga ng sinabi ko kanina, yung flip side doon sa matinding depensa pinapakita nila, that penchant of getting into foul trouble.
That is right.
Penalty na agad sila dito, but Maikong fails to capitalize, missing on the first free throw. They gave about, 38 free throw attempts?
Correct.
In game number 1.
And they were, a minus 22 in terms of free throw makes in game number 1, and that to me is a huge number. A total of, how many fouls did they give up? They got 31 versus 16.
LGR is the official outfitter of the MPBL.
Halos doble yung fouls na give up nila doon. And only because napakarami ring activity inside the paint. Another good skip on the corner.
Apondo nails a free from the left corner.
Attack, skip, swing. You make that attack, you create that space, draw that secondary defender, and find your corner guy to be holding that 3. In this case, Alvin Abundo, one of the really good shooters out of the corner for the Huskers.
At dahil dyan, naibaba na ng Quezon ng lamang ng Mindoro to 7 points, 24-17. Well, Gozom shot the lights out to begin this ball game. 10 points on 4 of 5 shooting from the field. Has hit both of his 3-point attempts so far. And despite the slow start of Quezon, Because of that production by Will Gozum, nakahabol na sila dito. Naibaba na nila sa 7 ang lamang, and Will Gozum grabs the rebound for the Huskers.
Well, Will Gosam has provided that needed energy from a big standpoint, either stretching the defending big or making plays out of it through him. Another one right here for Will. Oh my goodness.
He is cooking at the moment. Will Gozum with 12.
The scary part, he's having fun.
Axel Inigo. Hanap ng papasahan. Pinuntahan si Ino Comboy. Almost a backward violation. Comboy trying to shake off LJ Gonzalez. Gets past him. Nice pass down low to Ashton Andrews. Time winding down in the first quarter. LJ Gonzalez will not get that one in. First quarter comes to a close. And the Quezon Huskers, so far, sila naghahabol dito because of that 18-4 start that really set the tone para dito sa Mindoro Tamaraws.
Well, and it's important for the Tamaraws to be able to dictate early. Naka-recover ng bahagya itong Huskers towards the latter part of the first quarter. And you really just gotta carry on that momentum. If you're the Tamaraws, you want to secure game number 2 and extend this series.
26-19, Mindoro ahead by 7 at the end of quarter number 1. Commissioner Kenneth Remdes, Head of Security Rudy Distrito, and Head of Operations Emer Oreta here at the Malolos Sports and Convention Center in Malolos, Bulacan. Last time we were here was back in February 22 of 2020. So more than 5 years ago.
Matagal na rin, no?
Oo. And Joseph Sidorifa was here. He was playing with Makati that time, and he had 11 points, 13 rebounds. That was that Makati team, Coach Mike, where kasama pa nila sila Coach Cholo Villanueva, Jexter Apinan, that made a run in that particular season. Went all the way to the North Division Finals. And Sidorifa, gusto niyang ma-duplicate man lang yung feat na yon with Mindoro. But so far, they're doing a great job, up by 7. But LJ Gonzalez, derecho for 2 points.
We talked about getting ignited. That spark once again right there for LJ Gonzalez. That was speed down the floor, 94 feet away. Nobody stopped that rock. And that middle lane was all for the playground of LJ Gonzalez. What a strong finish. And this is very reminiscent of that acrobatic finish that he did sometime, I think, in the second half, which really, again, you know, brought up the energy for the Huskers and finished strong that game in game number 1.
Parang nakaturbo itong sapatos ni LJ Gonzalez.
Hindi, tsaka mabigat nun yung biglaan no?
Oo, biglang burst of speed from LJ. 26-21, naibaba na ng Quezon sa 5 puntos ang lamang from a high of 13 points earlier.
The biggest lead at 13 para dito sa Mindoro earlier.
Pino Comboy, Axel Inigo, Joseph Sidorifa, Jonas Tibayan, and Ashton Andrews. Ashton Andrews getting a lot of minutes today.
I think he should, because a lot of the athletic ability of the Huskers really allow for Ashton Andrews to play at that level.
Turnaround jumper by Ino Comboy is good.
What a move.
Nicely done from the former FEU Tamarao.
Not an easy shot at all. You go left side of the floor, stop on the elbow, and then spin off of it with that looper of a shot.
At yun yung isa sa magiging susi, no? For Ino Comboy, that in-between game. But now he fires his specialty of the house, a free to extend the lead back to double figures, 31-21. Much to the delight of Attorney Christian Natividad, the Honorable Mayor of Malolos, together with Paula Oriental Mindoro Mayor Jennifer Ina Alegre Cruz.
Well, Ino Comboy actually made just a fourth of his shot attempts from game number 1, and right now it is very important for him to get in a good rhythm. That time, you're knocking down that shot against Yero. Step in 3, no problem for Ino Comboy. 5 quick ones for the shooter from Mindoro Tamarao.
Swak na swak.
At saka in rhythm. Yun ang importante dun eh. He actually had a couple of 3-point makes in game number 1, but it's very important for him to continue to have that good stroke.
Comboy will not force it this time.
You gotta shake it up. There you go.
Short that time on that 3-point attempt. A foul will be whistled against Marion Magat.
Then you kind of know, if you're the Quezon Huskers, that ball was definitely gonna go back to Ino Comboy on that middle ball screen with him rising up for that open 3 spot. That action called shake pretty much sets up a shooter like Ino Comboy.
31-21. JP Sarao getting some minutes here, especially with the absence of Simon Sandago. Nice pass to Judel Fuentes, who converts on a 3-point play.
It's not the first pass that rotates the defense. It's actually the second pass of the Huskers that really leaves an open teammate free, just like what happened right there for Judel Fuentes. We saw that with the threes of Will Gossom earlier. We saw that corner 3 as well from Alvin Abundo.
May balita muna tayo kay Andrea.
Mindoro might be undermanned, pero sabi nga ni Coach Benji Teodoro, wag mag-reserve ng energy. It's up to us to handle the rotation. One Tamara who has been going all out sa seryeng ito is Bambam Gamalinda. He might have a tough facade, but you know what? I saw that he has a really soft spot, especially when it comes to his faith. While doing his stretches, na-curious ako dahil meron siyang hinahawakan na 2 kwintas. And mind you, he was holding it the whole time. Before going in, sa kanya lang to tinago. When I asked him, St. Michael for protection and Padre Pio for his request. Being in this matchup, facing his former coaches, Coach Nash Rosella and Coach Eric Gonzalez, sabi ni Bambam, ang sarap maglaro in front of my mentors. Andun yung challenge na they know my strength, but I know how they move as well. Back to you guys.
Maraming salamat, Andrea. Bambam Gamalinda, a man of immense faith and also a man that has been well-traveled in his basketball career. This was a foul, a possible 3-point play opportunity for Joseph Sedorifa, but this will be challenged by Coach Eric Gonzalez.
Because that sure didn't look like there was enough contact to warrant that foul. Pero kay Bam Gamalinda, yung soft spot, di ba?
Yeah.
Bakit ka mo? Bidiste.
We'll find out if Coach Eric is right sa aming pagbabalik.
Upon review, the challenge was successful.
Successful
Basket
naman si
is
Coach
good, but
Eric.
there was no foul.
So walang foul. Pero counted pa rin yung basket na ito ni Joseph Sedorifa.
Wala lang +1 na free throw, no?
Saka hindi rin +1 sa foul si LJ.
Correct.
Sabi mo, bedista. Kaya
May soft spot.
may soft spot.
Bam Gamalinda yan eh.
Ganun.
Oo.
Alam mo, naalala ko yung kwento niya.
Ayun, walang soft spot.
Ayun, hard fall yun.
Hard fall yun. And again, you kind of expect on an elimination game na mangyayari yung mga ganitong pagkakataon. You gotta be ready. Ito na yung sinasabi ni Coach Eric na huwag maging bagito para dito sa Huskers.
Oo. Because a veteran team like Mindoro will try everything to really stay alive in this series. Lalo, this is their very first playoff appearance in their history. Sabi ni Joseph, flop daw. But Ron Baluyot thought otherwise. So Sedorifa tagged with that foul.
Well, I think Ron Baluyot did the right thing because it happened right in front of him. Eh, kung hindi niya tinawagan yun, mas lalo magiging mga diskusyon niya. This has been the shot that they've been allowing the Huskers to take, that corner left side three. And only because they've been allowing that left side attack for the Huskers.
Nabate pa rin ang Mindoro ng 10. Axel Inigo. Ngayon na kay Ken Bono, they go to the elbow. Bam Bam Gamalina against Campanal.
Oh, no.
Ken Bono for free. No good. Tapi ka ng bola, napunta kay Campanal.
But that was the best shot that was available.
Nice pass. Altamsi finishing the fast break.
Nakita mo iba yung kilos ng Huskers ngayon. Ha? Mas mabilis, mas intentional. Even the pass, there's a lot of ping to those passes. You draw the secondary defender, you give it up to the next guy, that's free.
Hinawakan si Bam Bam Gamalinda dun.
And that really is Gapanal refusing to get screened.
Fast break of the game is brought to you by Extreme X Pop Marcel Karaoke speaker every day. Karaoke.
Well, actually, Inigo had to peel off and help out. You know, his primary defender got beat. And thinking na may atake na sa papunta sa goal itong si Judel Fuentes, had to peel off from Altamsi and just leaving it that free spot for him to make.
Mindoro playing without Diego Bangkale. So there were times that RJ Ramirez has to play that point guard spot. Like right now.
Tsaka struggled din si Bangkale in that game. He played only, 6 minutes? He went 1 out of 5 from the field.
But he was playing really well prior to that game.
Yes. Actually, iba yung energy rin kasi na binibigay ni Bangkale. At that moment when, you know, the athletic stuff and the skill sets are were already in full display. Importante si Bangkale doon.
Number 6, Bam Bam Gamalina for sportsman-like behavior, second infraction.
Okay. So Bam Bam Gamalinda just got teed up. Only his first foul though. But Fuentes. Oh, I was just about to say a 93.3% free throw shooter, but he misses that technical free throw.
Yan ang mahirap sa atin, no? Pag may babanggitin ka maganda, biglang majijinx mo.
Sa basketball lang ganun eh. Wag mo nang banggitin pag maganda yung sasabihin mo.
Correct. Antay mo na lang matapos, no?
Pag sa totoong buhay, baligtad. Sedorifa, quick turnaround jumper, short. Gamalinda there to clean it up.
I'm surprised that there was no foul called on Judel Fuentes. I felt Joseph Sedorifa has not landed yet after that shot attempt. Judel got away with that one.
JP Sarao, pasa palabas na agaw ni RJ Ramirez. Lays it up and in, turning defense into offense once again.
And this is the energy that they definitely would need out of an RJ Ramirez. Starting everything off on the defensive end, playing the passing lanes, and then finishing it off the other way.
Fast break of the game is brought to you by Extreme X Play on-the-go speaker. Take your music anywhere.
Because if he does, it really just shores up contributions from the guard spot para dito sa Tamaraws, RJ Ramirez.
Joseph Sedorifa just averaging below 10 points and below 40% from the field. He was one of the guys who carried the fight in game number 1 against Quezon with 13 points.
Well, shot the ball well, close to 40%, 39%. Ganda ng 3-point percentage na niya. He was 2 out of 5 from there. And the free throws, he made all of them. And so, ganun kahalaga, scoring-wise, ang magiging tulong nito ni Joseph Sedorifa. And lalo na the veteran leadership of him on the floor.
12 ang lamang pa din ng Mindoro. Kanina naibaba na ng Quezon yan to as low as 5 points. And you see the impact of Ashton Andrews and RJ Ramirez playing the passing lanes. Really complementing well rather itong veterans na nasa loob in Ken Bono, Bambam Gamalinda, and Joseph Sedorifa, and fair RJ Ramirez scores on the interior.
And to your point, Ken, those are a couple of very athletic guys inserted on the floor para dito sa Mindoro Tamaraws, which helps out and complements the other bigs on the floor para dito sa Mindoro.
Quezon can't hit the free that time.
Mindoro trying to play with a little bit more pace here in the second quarter.
RJ trying to wiggle free. Oh, bumagsak si Will.
Players on the court.
He's playing a good game. I speak of RJ Ramirez.
You know,
But the energy sometimes spills on other stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They can't afford to lose him here at this
Agree.
juncture.
agree.
Wala si Jeco Bangkale.
Right there, Diego Dario really just trying to get on the grill. There was a foul already called, pero yung second motion towards Will Gossom, that definitely is something that you don't want to have if you're the Tamaraws, especially if you're RJ Ramirez.
Very interesting how they judge that play here. Let's see. Gossom still on the deck. Now helped up by Vince Magbuhos.
And danger niyan is above the head.
I was just watching game number 1,
Upon
but seeing
review,
up close.
foul on number 6 of Diego Dario. That's his first. Unsportsmanlike foul on number 16, RJ Ramirez, for excessive hard contact.
Okay, and sportsmanlike foul against RJ Ramirez. I was about to say, Coach Mike, seeing it up close, the way things have been really tense, very physical. Grabe, yung 1 versus 8 parang di na natin masyadong napapansin given how Mindoro has been competitive in this series.
And that really is, that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna keep on testing yung poise nitong Quezon Huskers. Kaya nga yung mensahe ng report kanina ni Andre is spot on. That Coach Eric, reminds everyone to be more, good character. See the free throws right there. 0 out of 4 and 6 of 7. Just 1 missed free throw so far for Mindoro. And Quezon having a couple but not making any.
Kapanal sees daylight, lays it up and in for his 6th point.
That time around, they got beat. They are still up 12 though, speaking of Mindoro. But again, kailangan magpatuloy itong ganitong klase ng rhythm para sa Mindoro.
Pati yung intensity, lalo sa
Yes.
depensa.
Yes. You gotta match the intensity of the Huskers. If you're Mindoro. At kung ikaw naman ang Huskers, kailangan tapatan mo rin yan, yung energy pinapakita nitong Tamaraws on the floor.
Maikong comes in for Joseph Sedorifa. So the youngster getting some minutes.
Scrappy players now on the floor para dito sa Tamaraws. Maikong, Ashton Andrews, and even RJ Ramirez. Maybe one can say the same for Joseph Sedorifa.
50% from the field for Mindoro against only 40% for Quezon in this quarter. Maraming salamat kay Attorney Christian Natividad, the Honorable Mayor of Malolos, for hosting game number 2 of this series between Quezon and Mindoro and the other quarterfinal series between Jensan and Basilan. You were saying, Coach Mike?
I was gonna say na nakikita mo yung physicality ng game nag-escalate na dito sa first half pa lang. Doon sa game number 1, practically parang third quarter na nagsimula yan. But now, there really is that sense of urgency, especially for the Tamaraws.
Foul given up by Maikong, but it's a bad one because they are over the limit. You send Diego Dario at the line for 2 shots. The Assist of the Game is brought to you by 747.
just a good read right there by Bam Gamalinda. Kita niya, size advantage. Favorable para sa kanila yung matchup na yon ni RJ versus Diego. Wanted Ken Bono to clear that post up and allow just RJ Ramirez to operate off of it. And without any help on the low side, napakadali ng finish na yon para kay RJ.
Coach Eric Gonzalez still searching for answers here. Diego Dario in game number 1 played 13 minutes but only scored 1 point. Did not make any field goal. Mintes, pangalawang free throw ni Diego. Mananatiling 11 ang lamang pa rin dito ng Mindoro, 39-28. Under 4 minutes left, Mike Gong kicks it out. Bienes, floater, too strong. And another poor foul given up. Free throws coming up for Gab Banal.
They had one more pass over at RJ Ramirez. He was really left on that left side wing without any defender on him. That's why he kept making himself available and kept making himself heard na libre ako, but that never got to him.
Gab Banal at the line. So far, another decent output for Gab Banal. 8 points. Or sorry, 7 points. 7 points today. He had 19 points in game number 1 and 5 assists.
And shooting 54% from the field, including 4 out of 7 from 3. And that's the impressive numbers for Gab Banal. And you like how he did that. Almost very effortless para kay Gab. This time, good ball movement for the Tamaraws, ends up with a 3.
Gusta ko na. Galing kay Ino Comboy. Second 3-point shot made by the former FU Tamaraw. Oh, the spin! Diego Dario losing his defender and lays it up and in.
Going to that spin cycle, Diego Dario dribbling that side of the floor and eventually ending up with that spin. Ang linis doon, Ken.
Pero susubukan ni RJ Ramirez yung depensa niya, posting him up. Pabandang tira ni Lua. Oh, another poor foul.
That's a travel. No,
actually,
that's a travel.
Yeah, it was a traveling violation. Nagulat si Diego Dario. He thought he was fouled.
Yeah, that was a travel before that foul.
Play of the game brought to you by 747.
I like how you say 7%. Makes me wanna travel, ano?
Nasa aeroplano.
Nasa aeroplano, yeah. Well, gano'n naman ang mga assist talaga. Kailangan swabe para take off at landing yan. Post up.
Ay, ispalinghado yung pasa pero nandoon si RJ Ramirez for the recovery. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Bola na tapik ni Gab Banal. Comboy, he will not get it off in time. It's a shot clock violation against the Tamaraws.
Na-deflect yung pasa na intentional na gustong ibigay ni Sidorifa doon sa corner. I like to think that was Randre Brenes on that wing 3. Pero yung hesitation momentary, yun na nagpa-deflect ng pasa. And you have to be very decisive. If you see an open teammate, you want to pass it off to him, go give it. Can't second guess yourself.
Yeah, 42-31, 11-point lead. This is an important stretch for both teams. Mindoro, they would want to close out this quarter ahead by double figures, but LJ Gonzalez cuts it to 9 with that layup.
Well, the Tamaraws paid dearly for that. Blitzing the ball near half court, releasing off that two on the ball situation, and moving it and putting that defense on the blender.
Say hello to our Gixxer fan of the game, born for greatness. That's Abby Gok on the left side, former UP Fighting Maroon volleyball player.
Sino ba ang sinusuportahan niya dito? Yan ang tanong.
Oh, yan ang kailangan mong malaman, Ken.
Alam ni Andrea yan.
Talaga.
Oo, sigurado ako.
So, sasabihin ni Andrea mamaya yan.
Ewan ko dyan. Lagi nanonood yan si Abby. Always watching the MPBL games.
And meron tayong couple of mga kaibigan na palaging nanonood. Kevin Estrada at saka si Monster Basista. Na ngayon is intensely watching this playoff match. Good feed.
Makakambatch mo sa workshop yan di ba?
Yes.
Ano yung isa?
Si Monster.
Si Monster.
Kevin, I think is with your batch, right?
Hindi.
Nauna pa.
So malaksak sa loob si Altamsi na agaw ng Mindoro. They have the numbers here.
Gotta run wide. There you go. That's the pass.
Catch and shoot free by Gamalinda is short.
Wala masyadong elevation doon sa jumper na yun ni Bam Gamalinda. But that was the good read of that transition.
Vince Magbuhos gives it out to LJ Gonzalez. 10 seconds on the shot clock, running into traffic. Bam wants to challenge it.
I think they should. That was a good swipe by Jonas Tibayan.
Blocking foul, number 6.
Huwag na nakalimutan, assistant coach din yan. Diyan sa Mindoro. So,
Oh, yes.
they will challenge this call.
Are they? Parang hindi
Apparently,
na eh.
no.
Wala na. Hindi na nila challenge. But that looked like a good swipe by Jonas Tibayan.
Okay, so wala na pala silang challenge.
Wala nang challenge. That's why.
LJ Gonzalez hitting the first free throw. And we were mentioning how he struggled in that series against Pampanga where he only averaged 6.7 points on 25% shooting from the field. So gusto niyang bumawi dun, no? And especially they fell short in the national finals.
This is an injury.
Wow. Tatlong players from Mindoro on the deck. Sedorifa, Gamalinda, and Tibayan.
Bottle for the box out.
Ooh. And then up. It's a domino effect.
Yeah, first Bam Gamalinda went down on the box out. Sidorifa leaped over him. Fell gingerly on that left arm, and then as he rolled, tumama naman siya doon sa kaliwang tuhod nito ni Jonas Tibayan. And all for really just trying to secure a rebound na napakahalaga para sa kanila.
Good thing Tibayan's up, but Sedorifa is still down. They cannot afford to lose any more players here. Talking about Mindoro.
And when we talked about the top of the coverage of game number 1, that the Mindoro Tamaraos are gonna need everyone to collectively, have that effort together as one to beat the Huskers. Yan na yung sinasabi mo.
Kailangan palitan si Joseph Sedorifa because he was down on the floor for a significant amount of time.
Action Andrews comes in for Joseph Sedorifa.
Now again, a very important stretch for Mindoro. Ayaw nilang makadikit pa itong Quezon dito and give them some headway going into the halftime break. Lalo, yung possession sa pagsisimula ng third quarter sa Quezon. Tamang Gamalinda, mintes yung tres. Nice save there by Gabanal. Ludel Fuentes for free bucket.
Ganda ng pagkakaskip ng pasa na yun ni LJ Gonzalez. Drew a secondary defender. Ashen Andrews and Jonas Tibayan trying to get a stop on LJ Gonzalez. A quick thinking to swing it over to the other side to the waiting hands of Judel.
That was a powerful drive down the baseline from Ashen Andrews.
And that's what they need from him, to showcase his athletic ability.
Another turnover forced by the defense of Mindoro. 11 turnover against the Quezon Huskers.
Well, that's going to be a foul, and that's going to send Ino Comboy to the line. Ito yun eh, dalawang sumubok, tatlo pa nga eh, kaya napakadaling pasa ng skip. Late yung contest ni Ino Comboy, and when you have a really good shooter ready for that shot, yun ang mangyayari. Meanwhile, on the other end, just a good claim on that baseline drive by Ashen Andrews.
Ino Comboy already eclipsing his point total in game number 1. Sabla yung kanya unang free throw, however. That record he had this season of making at least 3 3-pointers in 15 straight games, that probably would be tough to break, I feel like.
Oo, napaka-impressive naman kasi nun eh. You know, doon sa stretch na yun, halos kada bitaw niya, feel mo papasok eh, di ba?
Oo, di ba?
Even his misses look good.
Gonzalez in trouble. Release pass to Jason Opiso. Piso-piso lang.
How many times have you seen Jason Opiso save an offensive set for the Huskers?
3-second differential between shot and game clock. 44-39. Axel bothered by the defense of Judel Fuentes. They still have 5 left on their shot clock. Inigo lobs it up. Ashon Andrews high off the glass and in. Thought he got fouled as well. Oh, are they gonna review this?
They're gonna check whether there's a foul on that shot attempt.
I don't think they could do that. Dahil walang pito eh.
Yeah, there was no whistle.
So,
Maybe the clock?
shot clock lang talaga.
Baka yung clock.
Oo,
eh.
yung shot clock lang.
Yeah, that's pretty obvious.
Oo.
It's pretty obvious that he took the shot before the buzzer.
Pero, if I'm Quezon, you
Sayang
don't want that.
Because the opportunity to run the other way.
Yeah, exactly. Pwede naman nila i-review yan during the halftime break.
Exactly, exactly.
And nullify the shot. I mean, I might be a party pooper here, but
But that is very valid. That's very valid. It's an opportunity to run the other way for the Huskers.
you know, Comboy game number 1, 9 points, only 2 of 7 from beyond the arc. But a totally different story here in the first half, Coach Mike.
Yeah, 10 points on a 4 of 9 shooting, going 2 out of 5 from 3, and just the amount of shot makes that you really need from the Ino Combo if you're the Tamaraw, especially as you try to extend this series to game number 3.
And they're currently holding on to this 7-point lead at a half over the Quezon Huskers, 46-39.
Back inside the Malolo Sports and Convention Center for your Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. My name is Andrea Endicio, and right now, we will be having our halftime interview together with Mayora Ina Alegre Cruz, the team owner of the Mindoro Tamaraws, and of course, Counselor Jeric Teng, one of the assistant coaches of the Quezon Huskers. Thank you so much po for joining me here at the half. Ladies first, unahin ko na muna si Mayora. Mayora, kitang-kita naman natin na iba yung gana ng mga Mindoro Tamaraws in this game. Curious lamang po kami, meron po ba kayong naging mensahe prior to this game at iba yung motivation nila in this game?
Actually, sila na talaga yung nag-iisip ko anong dapat gawin nila. And palaging sinasabi ko sa kanila, laro lang kayo para sa team, para sa Mindoro, and para sa sarili nyo. Pag nanalo kayo, para sa inyo to, hindi para kay Mayor Ina. And lahat ng gagawin nyo dapat para sa sarili nyo at para sa pamilya nyo and sa team na pinaglalaroan nyo.
That is indeed very beautiful. Kaya naman po pala ganadong-ganado sila ngayon. Meron po ba kayong mga gustong batiin o pasalamatan? Go ahead.
Lahat ng mga taga Bulacan, maraming salamat po sa suporta, sa pamumuno ng kanilang kaibigan ko na Mayor Christian Natividad. Maraming salamat sa mga councilors na kasama niya, sa lahat ng councilors na nandito, na kasama ko from Mindoro, si Kong Arnan Panaligan, Gold's Gym, Bingo Plus, PRM Athletics, Macro Parma, Starbound Philippines. Siyempre, sa lahat po ng mga taga Malolos, nandito rin si Ate Angie. Thank you so much, Ate Angie. So sa lahat ng mga staff, ng Mayor, sobrang thankful ako kasi talagang welcome ang Mindoro Tamaraws. At siyempre, sa Batangas, sa Quezon, wag nyo naman kaming, kailangan manalo kami ngayon. So maraming salamat po, MPBL.
Alright, thank you so much, Mayora Ina Alegre Cruz. Dumako naman tayo sa aking kaliwa. And Consi, on the contrary, I'm pretty sure that wasn't the type of start that you wanted to see from your players. What do you think happened and how did you address it?
Siguro we had a slow start. Talagang kitang-kita naman yung energy ng Mindoro. They're playing like there's no tomorrow. We have to adjust. And then we have to make our free throws. I think we've missed a lot and kung na-shoot namin, siguro mas dikit yung score namin ngayon.
Alright, we will see about that in the second half. Coach, meron po ba kayong mga gustong batiin o pasalamatan? Go ahead.
Of course, pinapasalamatan po namin yung talagang mga Quezonians na nandyan for us every game. Lagi nakasubaybay po sa amin. Siyempre po ang aming owners, Governor Dr. Helen Tan, Boss R.D. Ronel Tan, Congressman Attorney Mike Tan, Second District Board Member Doc Kim Tan, Dr. Kate, sila Malik, Kobe, and Calix. Siyempre, dyan si Mayor Ralph Lim. Dyan din po ang aming team manager, Attorney Don Kapunan. Siyempre, binabati ko na rin po lahat po ng mga kababayan ko dyan sa Gumaca, Quezon. Sana supportahan nyo na yung team natin and kita-kits po tayo dyan sa mga barangay assembly.
Alright, maraming salamat, Assistant Coach Jeric Teng. And that's it for our halftime interview. Don't go away, magbabalik pa rin po ang MPBL.
Naagaw ni Inong Homeboy. Andrews, look out! Sean Andrews!
Parang sa Saranggan.
Oh! One-handed throwdown right out of the gates from Simon Sandagon. Mario puts it up, puts it in! We are tied! Side Gonzalez with a strong drive, basket plus a foul.
Ball strip. Andrews comes away with a loose ball. Here comes Ashton Andrews.
Andrews lays it in. Welcome to the Ashton Andrews highlight reel. Screen by Sandagon. Gonzalez. Kick out to Dario. 8 seconds remaining. Dario for three for the lead! What a stunner here in Palayan City! Fighting back from 18 points down. Their first taste of the lead. And boy, Diego Dario. It's defy or dominate. Mindoro trying to get an upset here in game number 2 against the Quezon Huskers. They lead by 7 at the half, 46-39. Coach Mike, ang ganda ng naging simula dito ng Mindoro. No? They got a big lead to begin festivities here in the first quarter. Somehow, Quezon, as expected, was able to come back. Pero nakikita natin, no? At least here in the first 20 minutes of game action, Mindoro has found an answer to every run so far dealt by the Huskers.
And so far, the numbers have really been reflective of the profile, of the style of play for both Mindoro and the Huskers respectively. You like that the shooting is above 40%, which is pretty good. Pero pagdating sa rebound, similar to game number 1, na-control yan ng Mindoro, which is a +5 on offensive rebounds. Kaya naman may 4 silang second chance point at walang nakuhang second chance opportunities ang Quezon. If you remember the first quarter, halos one and done lang yung mga executions para dito sa Huskers. Pero dun nga, yung depensa naman, dun naman bumawi itong Quezon Huskers in that department.
Well, Gozom with 12 points. Couple of threes from the former NCAA MVP. Gab Banal also with 7. Tig 10 puntos naman para kay Ino Comboy and Ashon Andrews. And what you like about how Mindoro is playing this thing out, Coach Mike, is they haven't been afraid to be physical. And at the same time, very unpredictable, no? Yung nagiging point of attack nila so far on their offense.
And I like that they're also fearless pagdating sa paghanap ng mga kakampi nila. I mean, in game number 1, they were -14 or -12 rather in terms of assists. But right now, dikit ang assist natin, 13 and 11. Matter of fact, +2 pa dyan ang Mindoro. And so, you know, recognizing that you have teammates that are free, that should get the ball, very impressive so far for the Mindoro Tamaraws here in the first half.
Very interesting what kind of adjustment Coach Eric Gonzalez will do here in the second half. Tight defense there on Ino Comboy. Left that one short from beyond the arc. Offensive rebound grab by Tamarao. Hindi pa rin gagana yung press ni Axel Inigo. Pero sa loob, si Marion Magat nakapuntos. May kasama pang foul.
And I'm sure Coach Benji's gonna like that last offensive set, especially after a missed 3 by Achi, to which Marion Magat picked it up and turned it into another second chance opportunity for the Mindoro Tamaraws. They have really been lording it over on the boards and paint for the Mindoro Tamaraws.
Marion Magat, also a key addition rather during the free agency and trade window. 48-39, siya mang lamang ng Mindoro pa rin. Hindi pa nakakalabang ang Quezon sa larong ito. JP Sarao kumayod sa ilalim, nakapuntos at may bonus free throw pang kasama after getting fouled.
Might just be the best post player for the Huskers. JP Sarao pretty much in control, understands he's got that lengthy Marion Maga to contend with, really just went to his footwork, that shot fake, and then that finish.
JP Sarao, with the bonus free throw. LGR is the official outfitter of the MPBL. Umalog palabas. Free throws still continue to be a problem for the Quezon Huskers. 3 out of 11 in that department.
At saka pakiramdam ko napakahalaga. Oh, that's a foul. That's clearly a foul. He overextended that arm to get rid of Jodel Fuentes, and really just an easy sell for Jodel. Ito yun, he's trying to create separation pero may tulak dun sa dalawang balikat. Maring hindi ganun kalakas yung tulak pero ganda ng pagkakasell ni Jodel. Naging salesman eh.
LJ pumihit. Rebound, Tibayan off that Gonzalez miss. Sean Andrews. Back to Jonas Tibayan. Wants a clear out for Axel Inigo to work. Inigo fires and scores from downtown.
Well, on that side clear where you blast that wing to clear out that space and allow that handoff for Axel Inigo to make that attempt and sink it.
Fuentes inside the arc. Book it.
Bawian na ng mga sniper dito. Okay?
Comboy nakalagpas kay Fuentes. Mintis yung kanyang tira. Another offensive rebound. That's what's keeping Mindoro head above water here. 10 offensive rebounds already for the Tamaraws. This three-point shot is brought to you by Extreme, your one-stop shop appliances.
That might have been a botched dribble handoff, pero Axel able to recover that, lose that 50-50 ball, and quickly make a decision to take the shot.
Mindoro not really known to be a strong rebounding team, but they have out-rebounded Quezon here, 35-24. Inigo barrels in through Fuentes. That's huge because that's going to be the third foul against Axel Inigo.
And he's been doing good. Itong si Axel Inigo on the floor, really just going right through Jidel Fuentes.
By the way, huwag natin kalimutan i-shoutout si Achi. Lagi nanonood yan.
Ay, always yan. Ewan ko lang ngayon kung sa Las Piñas nanonood o nandito ba. Parang wala dito no?
Wala. Di ko nakikita eh. Jidel Fuentes, walk yung kanyang tres.
Three make for Jidel Fuentes. He is now 2 out of 2 from there.
Mabasa 5. Ang lamang, 51-46. Andrews lost control of the basketball turnover against Mindoro.
Clearly miscommunication right there. Nino Comboy was thinking handoff, pero Asha was thinking pass. Ito, ang ganda ng pagkaka-release ng tira na yun.
All net. And then 3 by Judel.
Judel Fuentes, alongside JP Kawilan, might be, in my opinion, the best catch-and-shoot three-point shooters, no? Do you recall of anyone else? I think yung dalawang yun is up there in that list.
Pagsak na naman, mga manlalaro dito. It's a jump ball. Possession arrow pointing to the Mindoro Tamaraws.
Ganda ng effort ni Ashon Andrews doon. Sobrang dami ng ibinibigay na facets of the game for the Mindoro Tamaraws when Ashon is on the floor.
Benji Teodoro, since he took over 13-9 record as a coach. Took over for Coach Rodney Santos early in the season for Mindoro. And has helped them make their very first playoff appearance in the MPBL. Right now figuring into a slugfest against the Quezon Huskers.
I'm not sure about that foul though. I don't think there was enough. I feel that Bam really just lost that ball on that tip by Vince.
In balance, catch and shoot for Gamalinda. Bumagsak na naman si Sedorifa.
Pang-apat na beses na yata niya nasa sahig no? Itong game na ito ni Sedorifa.
Di lang naman siya Sari-saring mga manlalaro nagsisibagsakan dito. And that really goes to show you how physical and tough this series has been for both teams.
Nandun yung sense of urgency. Mahalaga para sa Mindoro Tamaraws dahil gusto nang extend sa Game 3. Huskers naman gusto nang tapusin para makapagpahinga sila before they head out to the semifinals.
Oh, what a pass! Kipayan rejected. But also a foul called against JP Sarao.
That was a good chase by JP Sarao on that pass by Bam Gamalinda. Ito yun Look away, shovel pass. Oh.
Tingin mo.
I think that was enough. Feeling ko, lang
Bola.
Marginal contact. Marginal contact lang siya. That was a good chase by JP Sarao.
So free throw na ito, sa ating Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kompletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas.
And so far, that's been really the struggle for Jonas Tebayan. Shooting from the line. He's a 54% free throw shooter.
Ay pasok naman niya yung pangalawa. Joseph Gavaini returns for the Quezon Huskers. I think they're really missing the services of Simon Sandagon, especially in the rebounding department, Coach Mike.
Yes. At saka the way that he, pushes that pace. Kasi pag nakita mo nag-rim run na down the middle si Simon, added option.
Saka isa pa, yung athleticism na meron. Mga gaya nito si Ashon Andrews, who actually has a double-double already. 10 points, 10 rebounds.
Yeah, and it would have been nice to see him match up against Simon Sandagon. This was a really good matchup as well. Jason Apiso versus Bam Gamalinda.
Timpis nga lang that time for Gamalinda. Naisalon ni Opiso. Will not force it up. Pinasa muna palabas kay Joshua Yero. Al Tamsi balik kay Yero. Tamsi ulit. Sa poste sila pumunta kay Gabayni. Skips it to Joshua Yero with 6 on the shot clock. Malinis yung pagkakatapik doon ni Gamalinda. Ashon Andrews. Oh, escapes but blocked by Joshua Yero. And it bounced off Ashon Andrews. Ball will go back to Quezon. What an effort there by Yero.
Oo, yung pagkakahabol dun sa shot attempt na yun. That was very similar to the one by JP Sarao kanina kay Jonas Tibayan. Almost same spot on the floor, same side where that blocker was coming from. Ito mukhang mawawarningan ng ang Huskers.
Warning on Quezon Huskers, assistant coach Richie Dixon for unsportsmanlike behavior.
Just Coach Richie Dixon tagged with a warning here. (54-48). 6-point lead. We're approaching the halfway point of the third period. LJ Opiso. The pass to Fuentes. Shot fake. Got fouled. And he'll head to the line for 2 shots.
Well, that shot attempt of Jadel really looked more like he was trying to fish for a foul instead of primarily making the shot.
Uncharacteristically though, he's only 0 of 2 from the line so far. Ramirez nagbabalik para sa Mindoro. Pinaltan muna si Axel Inigo.
Well, he struggled from the perimeter. He's 1 out of 4 from there at the break. And to your point, 2 out of 2 from the line.
May balita tayo ulit kay Andrea.
During the halftime huddle on the side of Quezon, of course, they weren't very happy of their first half performance. According to Coach Richie Dixon, simula pa lang nakita na nila yung body language ng players besides the low effort shown on the floor. After that timeout noong first quarter, well, na-notice nyo nga kanina, Coach Mike and Ken, na nagbago agad yung galaw nila. Pero dahil sa naging puhunan ng Tamaraws early on, they have to play catch up to this moment. Speaking of the Tamaraws, Coach Benji Teodoro says his boys are playing with focus and camaraderie with 26 bench points by the end of the first half para kay Coach. It's a good sign. Ang paalala lang niya, contain your emotions. Yung physicality, lalo lang gagrabe yan given that we are in the playoffs, but they have to play with their heads more rather than with their feelings. Back to you guys.
Maraming salamat, Andrea. For the most part, they've done that. Talking about Mindoro, parang sila may psychological edge at the moment compared dito sa Quezon.
At saka gusto mo yung, that was a good point brought up by Andrea on that report from the Mindoro Tamaraws, which Coach Benji said that he likes that they are right now up in terms of bench points. They had 26 because in game number 1, ganun din eh. They had what, 36 points coming off the bench versus that of 29 para sa Quezon Huskers. But ang mas mahalaga dito, binaliktad niya yung bench players niya from game number 1, yun na nag-start, and yung starters, yun naman ang coming off the bench. And so either way, he's getting really good contributions and help off the bench.
This is the closest Quezon has been. Now down by 2 points, 54-52. Ball pressure on point. Almost a steal.
You know what's impressive about that, Ken? Single coverage.
Oo.
It was a one-on-one defense by Jodel Fuentes against Joseph Sedorifa. And that to me really good scouting.
Bulacan Kuyas head coach Terence Reyes in the house.
Ayun naman, no? Siya naman ang host ngayon dito.
Sabi niya, taga Malolos pala talaga siya, no? Coach Terence, aka William Martinez.
Ayan na nga sinasabi ko. So kasama ba niya si Marcial Soriano? Ganun ba?
Ay, nahuling umapak si Dorifa. Ayan, no?
Tama naman.
Huli.
Tama naman.
Inbound violation. Chance to tie or even take the lead for the Huskers on this possession. Oh, foul. Another one. They are in penalty.
These fouls that they're giving up, you know, they had a good stand against the sequence. See Coach Elvis right there.
Mamaya, sila naman. Pagpakpakan kalaban ng Basilan in our main game tonight. Coach Melo Navarro, Coach Rich Alvarez, also ready to lock horns with the Jensen Warriors.
Ganda yan mamaya.
Yeah.
And I feel also those two are pretty evenly matched up. Might be different styles of play, pero pagdating sa brand ng basketball, may kanya-kanya rin sila na they're very proud of.
54 apiece. Dorifa maintains his dribble.
Mismatch right there. Ken Bono's got Abundo.
Axelenigo lumapit. Teardrop will drop.
Well, thankfully for the Tamaraws, Axel was able to make something out of it. They already had that mismatch on that cross with Ken Bono.
Abundo calmly sinks in that mid-range jumper.
Kung tapang at poise ang pag-uusapan, Alvin Abundo might be up there for the Huskers. He always is ready every time his number gets called.
Shot fake by Ken Bono.
Oh, wow!
Gets it in. It will count plus a foul.
How many bigs do you see do that, Ken? Right up from the three, faking off against that defense by Gabayni, and still, you know, quick thinking to still get that shot.
Former UAP MVP. Kaya siguro, yung sa Philchay Alumni League MVP, medyo nahirapan din bantayan tong Ken Bono na ito. No?
Kasi yung peke sa labas parang pang-gwardya, no? Hindi big man. Tapos yung release pang shooter.
Ilang gabi din siguro di nakatulog si Christian Luwanzon dito.
Oo nga. Coach Christian, no? Which, by the way, I wanna say, I watched you guys sa Nueva game. Ganda ng coverage niyo. I loved it.
Maraming salamat, Coach Mike. Pero Quezon, pagkakataon na lumamang na doon, pero mintes yung tres doon ni Al Tamsi. Bola babalik sa Mindoro.
But you're still in a good spot if you're Quezon. I mean, this is just a one-possession game. You pretty much have gone through your defensive stuff, and you're a +5 in this quarter so far. You really just gotta keep pushing that pressure on defensively.
Crossover by Bienes.
Ganda ng depensa.
Na-recover si Will Gozum. Axel Inigo. Balik kay Bienes. Shot fake. Kick out pass. Gamalinda for free. It's good!
You know what's impressive about that make by Bam Gamalinda? The Huskers did everything right defensively. It really was just a matter of, you know, the defense being put on the blender, and he happens to be the least guarded guy, kaya he took it. Speaking of Bam.
Abundo nakawala sa depensa ni Inigo. Diego Dario tries a free. It's short. Opiso grabs the offensive board. Abundo relocates. Mintes yung kanyang tres. Third shot opportunity for the Huskers.
Tamsi.
Siya naman ang magpapaulan ng tres. Mintis pa din. Oh, bad pass by Abundo. Trying to locate Jason Opiso.
Yeah, they wanted to spray that out also if, you know, that pass inside for Opiso was not available. He had a couple of shooters outside, including ito si Diego Dario. And Tamsi. All those shots were actually looked good, no?
Yeah. Mindoro projecting a 5-point lead. Sean Andrews back in the ball game.
He's been a gem so far para dito sa Mindoro Tamaraw. Speaking of fashion.
Comboy, immediate double team. Pinasa palabas kay RJ Ramirez, wala. Bola na tapik. It ends up with Quezon getting the possession.
Pero again, babalikan mo yung effort nito ni Ashon Andrews. Ha? Malayo-layo yung hinabol niya doon sa rebound na yun. He came from the weak side of the floor to try and snatch that rebound, but unfortunately got touched last by his teammate.
Will Gozum catch and shoot. 14 points for Will Gozum.
The catch and shoot situation off the post for Will Gozum, much too easy.
Comboy, pasa palabas kay RJ Ramirez. Pulls up and gets that one to go.
Kaya napaka-importante talaga si RJ Ramirez to stay focused in the game. Yan yung mga naibibigay niya para dito sa Mindoro.
RJ with 8. Approaching the 2-minute mark of the third. Dario, long 3-point shot. Too strong.
He's got a seal.
Ramirez trying to squeeze through traffic. And it ends up as a blocking foul against Vince Magbuhos.
I felt RJ was a little bit on a rush going downhill. Didn't immediately see yung pagkakasil ni Brandre Benes doon underneath. That would have been an advantage to them. He was going up against Diego Dario, but thankfully for them, they got a foul on that drive by RJ.
Ramirez at the line for 2 shots. RJ playing a much bigger role with the absence of Jeco Bangkale. He has done well on both sides of the floor. Again, Mayor Attorney Christian Natividad and Mayora Jennifer Ina Alegre Cruz. Apparently, they are good friends. At maraming salamat ulit po kay Attorney Christian for hosting today's quarterfinals matchups here. Game number 2. Parehong serye dito sa South Division.
Magandang nakabalik tayo dito sa Malolos para yung mga fans natin dito sa Malolos naman na maka-enjoy ng playoff basketball.
Actually, dami nang nagsisipasok dito
Oo nga, this is a good-sized crowd.
Yeah. And the last time we were here, like almost more than 5 years ago, si Jeric Teng naglalaro pa. He is now a counselor
Yes.
in one of the provinces in Quezon. One of the towns rather in Quezon. As Quezon with 2 seconds on their shot clock. Fuentes, pinasa pa kay LJ. Unleashes a free, no.
Oh, look at Will Gozum securing that rebound.
Gozum thought about it. Gab Banal lines it up.
That's it.
It will not fall down. And finally, Mindoro clears it.
But you like for him to take that shot. That's his favorite spot on the floor.
Axel, Sablay. Comboy, susubok din sa 3. Tatalbog yan palabas. Rebound nakuha ni Joshua Yero.
That 3 has gone cold so far for Ino here.
Fuentes for free. Yes! Fidel Fuentes with a total of 17 points. With 3 3-pointers made. Axel Inigo gets past Jodel Fuentes. And scores.
Iba rin talaga ang pagka-veterano nito ni Axel Inigo. Alam niya nakashoot sa kabila si Jodel Fuentes. Pagbaba, patatrabahuin natin sa depensa ito. And once he got beat, there was nobody that peeled off. And every time your teammate gets beat, you have to help out. Pero ito, ang linis again. Another quick release from Jodel Fuentes.
Babalik sa loob si Altamsi at si JP Sarao.
Ganda ng quality minutes na i-contribute nito ni JP Sarao earlier. Played for about 7 minutes. He got a couple of points, a couple of rebounds as well.
Axel Inigo completes the three-point play, much to the delight of his lovely parents.
Now, always travels with them, ano?
Yeah, always.
Even sa Mindoro, nandun
Oo.
sila di ba?
Kahit man nung play-in, nandun sila.
Yeah, nandun.
Nandun.
Nandun sila. Against Cebu,
Oo.
they were there.
Sa loob, JP Sarao! Umabot ba? Yun ang tanong. Because it's supposed to be a shot clock violation. They will review it.
That one's close. Because as he went downhill and he caught that rock. Let's see this right here. Look at the clock. 1 second. Did he? Oh, no. That's not gonna count.
Yeah, but tanong yung foul. Nangyari ba bago nagkaroon ng shot clock violation?
There was a foul call?
Oo, may
Okay.
foul eh. It's not a matter of if the shot counts.
All right. I didn't see
Well,
that
it
signal
also-
on the foul.
Kasama din yun actually, pero isa pang tinitignan nila dito is kung merong foul tapos umabot ba. Naman, balikan ko lang yung kwento ko kay Coach Jeric Teng. Yeah, it is a shot clock violation.
Yeah.
Di counted yung basket.
So even the foul was after. But there was a foul ba? Are they gonna take free throws?
Hindi, wala.
Wala na, di ba?
Wala na. Shot clock violation talaga.
Correct.
Because it happened
After the buzzer.
Yup. So Mindoro getting a stop. That's a very important stop. Teka. Sino-sort out dito yung score. The one on the electric scoreboard reads 68-62 pero kasalukuyan sa live stats and dito sa atin 68-61. So we'll update you on that at the end of the third. We're winding down this period. Mintis yung tira ni Axel Inigo. And third period comes to a close. Nakadikit ng bahagya ang Quezon dito, Coach Mike. They were able to cut it down to as low as 2 points. Highlights of the game brought to you by Simplus, the official hydration partner of the MPBL. Elevate your hydration.
So far, the only quarter that Mindoro's been able to outscore itong Quezon was in the first quarter where they went 26-19. But ever since, the scoring's been pretty much dead even. 20 and 22 apiece from the second and the third quarter, and we'll see what gives. But the shooting is back for guys like Judel Fuentes and some of the guys as well para dito sa Mindoro.
68-61 Mindoro with a 7-point lead heading into the fourth period. Fan of the game is brought to you by LGR, the official outfitter of the MPBL. Medyo masaya siya ngayon. Very giddy mood here. Pagpasok natin sa fourth quarter between Quezon and Mindoro. We're back here after more than 5 years dito po sa Malolos Sports and Convention Center, kung saan the last time we were here when Councilor Jeric Teng was donning a Pasig City jersey, he torched their opponent by scoring 25 points and also grabbed 10 rebounds. Double-double performance against Manila, who had still that time Aris Dionisio and Chris Bitoon. Those were fun times back in the MPBL. Na-libre si JP Sarao, nasa sahig si Jonas Tibayan, clutching on to his head.
Well, something happened down there on that low block. And then on that left side of the floor, Jonas Tibayan with his mask on appears to be he got hit on the back of the head. See that again.
Ayun.
Oh, that hand, but you gotta see what happened to Jonas right there. Because JP Sarao thought he got fronted, and so yung backside libre na para sa kanya, kaya pumihit siya. And as he was spinning, tinamaan nga yung likod ng ulo nito ni Jonas.
And Jonas definitely did not like that hit.
And this is gonna be up for review.
Let's see if there's a call here. So Richard Tampos will announce the verdict here by Leonardo
Upon
Layosa.
review, there's an unsportsmanlike foul on JP Sarao for an act of violence.
Another act of violence, this
Second
time
foul on JP
against
Sarao.
JP Sarao. So Coach Mike, we've had a technical foul against Bambam Gamalinda, an unsportsmanlike foul against Joseph Gabayni. This
Earlier.
was a minute coming into the game. And then what else? I think meron pa isang
Meron pa
unsportsmanlike
isa.
foul
Meron pa
sa
isa,
side ng
Asko.
Mindoro eh.
Correct.
I forgot who it was.
But aside from that being a hit above the shoulder, is that forceful enough though to warrant an unsportsmanlike? Because I thought he really was just trying to clear the baseline on that drive.
So Gamalinda hits the free throw. Tama, di ba? Meron pa isang
Meron pa
nagkaroon
isa.
ng unsportsmanlike foul sa side ng Mindoro eh. Gamalinda missing the back end of his free throws.
Was it Magat? It was Magat, right?
Ball stays with Mindoro Tamaros with 14 seconds.
We'll check it with our statistician, Vince. So, well, just to reiterate the point, how physical and tense this Game 2 has been. If you thought Game 1 was really fierce in terms of physicality and emotions, Game number 2, halos ganun din. In fact, even more. But Mindoro still protecting a 6-point lead, 69-63. Ino Comboy stepping back. Way off target on that shot.
I was gonna say, Ken, tama ka dun eh. Yung same level of physicality. Another one right there.
It will not count. It's an offensive foul against Vince Magbuos.
Yeah, he was trying to provide a pin down as Judel Fuentes was rising up for that shot.
Oh, ito, maybe ulit. Oh, come on. This is way yung basket, no? Okay. Yeah, it was RJ Ramirez who got tagged with an unsportsmanlike foul earlier.
Yeah, I think the other one by Marion Maga was really just a warning earlier to start the game, because when he came back, it was Gabayni who got slapped with an unsportsmanlike.
RJ whips a pass to Ashon Andrews. Hands it off to Bambam Gamalinda, who rises but can't get that one to fall. Magbuhos picks up his dribble, gives it up to Judel Fuentes.
Right lane.
Fuentes, nice pass fake, straight to the cup for 2 points.
How can you cut off Judel Fuentes on that right lane of the floor? You know he always loves to drive that side. And without any help, it was an easy finish. And right now, Judel Fuentes and RJ Ramirez jawing at each other.
Bola na agaw ni Opiso. Nasipa nga lang niya. So it's a kick ball violation against Jason Opiso. Gixer, great move of the game, born for greatness.
Attacking the front foot, which is exactly what happened. Ino Comboy tried to stun or fake and fade, but you know, just that open lane really was just for Judel easy to lay up front.
Nasalo ni Gamalinda, pinilit. Walang pito, replay on. Quezon down by 4. Gab Banal will not take the 3. Magbuhos will. And it's good. Lead down to 1.
Boy, did the Huskers need that. I felt really for the most part, ang tagal bago nakakita tayo ng magandang 3-point shot attempt na make. Except for that one by Judel Fuentes. But this one, they really wanted to take.
It's Magbuhos. His first field goal. First point of the ball game. At isa na lang ang kailangan habulin ng Quezon, 69-68. Judel Fuentes was the leading point getter in the regular season for the Quezon Huskers at 15 points in game number 1. Tonight, outdoing himself with 19 to go along with 3 assists, 3 out of 4 shooting from beyond the arc.
Pretty much similar, very similar to how he shot the ball the last time after scoring 15 points. In game number 1, he was perfect from the perimeter on those 3 attempts. And then he was 3 out of 7 from 3 country. And you like that he's continuing to take those shots and making them.
RJ Ramirez gives it up to Bam Gamalinda. Now it's with Sedorifa.
That's the skip.
Sean Andrews. Oh, what a reverse layup for Sean Andrews.
What was key in that basket and that skip pass heading over to Ashon was that blast cut by RJ Ramirez, clearing that space, and Jason Opiso getting fouled.
Andrews thought he was just standing straight up. Play of the game is brought to you by 747 Live. Dito ka sa legit. Your game, your chance, your thrill only with 747 Live.
Sean Andrews going to the bag on that finish with the left hand underneath from the weak side of the floor, but again, gotta credit that open space since RJ Ramirez blasted through and allowed that in the right side of the floor for Ashon Andrews to play on.
Jason Opiso missed 3 months because of an injury. Very timely yung kanyang pagbabalik dito, giving them another shot in the arm. Knocks down both free throws. 71-70, Mindoro just ahead by 1. Sedorifa having trouble again inbounding the basketball. Napunta kay Bam Bam Gamalinda, ngayon na kay RJ Ramirez. Binabantayan siya dito ni LJ Gonzalez. Gamalinda. Pasa kay Jonas Tibayan. 9 on the shot clock of the Tamaraws. Sean Andrews. Behind the back, turns it over. But counter steal by Gamalinda. And he'll earn himself 2 free throws after getting fouled.
Pushing foul on number 17, Jason Opiso, the second.
So, Mamam Gamalinda will return to the stripe, where today he is 2 out of 3. .7 rebounds, 4 assists. Knocks down the first free throw. 12 out of 19 ang Mindoro at the line. 9 out of 17 naman ng Quezon. So compared to game number 1, hindi masyadong nalalayo yung disparity sa free throws. Will Gozom returns. Currently has 14 points and 5 rebounds. Did his damage majority of those back in the first half. 73-70, Mindoro abante ng 3 puntos. Gonzalez got blitzed. Pass to Fuentes, skips it to Gabanal to tie the ball game up. Yes, sir! First free from Gabanal, who has a total of 10 markers.
Boy, and Gabanal really providing those needed scoring for Quezon Huskers in the crucial moments of the game.
Gamalinda, binigay kay Sedoriva. Joseph steps back. 3-point shot won't work. Tapigan ng bola. Napunta kay Junel Fuentes.
Will's down. I feel this is going to be another unspoken. If they're going to review this. Because earlier, almost all of the hit above the shoulder, they reviewed and it ended up with either a warning or an unspoke. See that shot by Joseph Sedorifa. Clearly. That one's clear. That's got to be unspoke.
Might be more.
Yeah, it might be more. Might be a disqualifying. Kasi kanina, remember, itong si Jonas Tibayan ang recipient nung kay, was that JP Sarao earlier?
Oo. Let's see. Oh. Will is got bloodied up.
Oh, yeah. He's
Yeah.
bleeding.
Upon review, it's an unsportsmanlike foul on number 27, Jonas Tibayan, for an act of violence.
Another act of violence. Tibayan tagged with an unsportsmanlike foul.
And so, we've had unsportsmanlike for RJ Ramirez, Gamalinda, and now Jonas Tibayan for Mindoro.
Mandatory
Grabe na.
Al-Tansi to replace with Kosum.
Ozum has to be replaced. Al-Tamsi, a chance to give Quezon its first taste of the lead, and they get it. 74-73.
But judging from the way Will Gossam has played, I think he's going to be back soon.
Oh, kakapasok lang niya eh.
Oh, he's going to be back soon. Because he's pretty much been one of those guys that scored really well from the field, especially in the first half. A little bit silent here in the second. But you do remember those couple of threes that he had in the first quarter, which really set the tone offensively for the Quezon Huskers.
Still a lot of time left here in the fourth. 6 minutes and 43 seconds. Yung mga veterano na, yung nasa loob for Mindoro, Ino Comboy, RJ Ramirez, Marion Magat, Joseph Sedorifa, and Bam Bam Gamalinda. They leave Al-Tamsi open, and he makes them pay with that free.
Coach Eric has scouted that blitz so well. They've gotten 2 triples from that blitz on the ball. Earlier from Judel, and this one from Tamsi.
Comboy, binabantayan maigi ni Tamsi. Gamalinda hops into the lane. Tough shot, but Ramirez there to stick it back in.
How about RJ Ramirez, Ken? He's got what, 14?
12 points.
Well, 12 points. But boy, timely makes for RJ.
Gabanal swings it. Vince Magbuos hit a free earlier, but air balls that time around. 78-75. Tatlong lamang ng Quezon. Gamalinda up top. Na libre si RJ, hindi nakita. Pero si Sedorifa mas libre para sa tres. Gets it to go!
Boy, and they twisted that zoom action. Instead of Sedorifa busting the paint, he instead stayed that side of the floor, waited for that moment. When that side was empty, he got that ball and took it.
Magbuos open free, short. Tamsi tracks it down. Gonzalez threading the needle, and multiple pump fakes leads to a basket for Vince Magbuos.
And again, LJ Gonzalez making that right play, securing that 50-50 ball, goes downhill, draws the defender, finds Vince, and Vince went to that shot fake.
Wait a minute.
Now this one's another one above the shoulder. Is he bleeding?
Two former FEU Tamaraws going at it. Ina Comboy and Al Tamsi.
Let's see what happened here. He's trying to clear some space. Oh yeah,
Yung ulo.
yung ulo. That looked like a headbutt. Depends how they view this.
Because he was trying to clear out space. Talking about Ino Comboy. He tried to push off itong si Al Tamsi. Past the halfway point of the fourth. 80-78. Quite an eventful game number 2 to say the least. First game pa lang po ito. Mayroon pa mamaya. Between Basilan and Jensen.
And with all these start and stop of the game, ang nararamdaman mo, this is definitely gonna go down the wire.
Foul number 25, Al Tamsi, penalty. First foul on Al Tamsi.
Wala. Yun lang.
All right, so that's it. Just a regular foul
Yeah.
on Al Tamsi.
From my point of view, I didn't feel like intentional naman yung pagkakatama ng ulo ni Comboy kay Tamsi.
Because he was trying to clear space.
Oo. But the thing is, yung braso niya ano niya eh. Pinang susubok niya na
Pantulak.
pantulak,
Kanina.
makawala kanina, no?
Hindi yun ang tinawagan ng foul.
Ang tinawagan yung pag-impede sa progress.
Right.
This free throw of the game brought to you by Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kumpletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas. Tapla na naman, 80 all. Tibayan returns. Pinuntan niya si Marion Magat. So not really a tall lineup for Mindoro. Gamalina is playing that 4 spot. He's the one tasked to guard Vince Magbuhos.
And once again, going back to small ball. More mobile for Mindoro because they need to close out on shooters.
LJ,
Oh my.
libre para sa 3 si Gab Banal. Can't get that one to fall. Bola na tapik palabas ni Vince Magbuhos. It will go to the Mindoro Tamaraws.
I thought LJ was going to go on that another acrobatic finish, similar to how he did in game number 1, which turned the tide in favor of the Huskers, even the momentum. But he went skip over to Banal for that 3.
Gamalinda gives it up to RJ Ramirez. Judel Fuentes daring him to shoot. Now he turns the corner, but the layup will not work.
But he also had Jonas Tibayan on the other end. Didn't see him.
Libre-libre si Magbuhos. And that's what you get when you have a 5-on-4 opportunity dahil si Ramirez bumagsak doon. Wasn't able to come back in time. Labang ang Quezon 82-80.
The easiest numerical advantage downhill when you have a teammate that's late to come back on the defensive end.
Sedorifa tries a free. Way short. Pero natapik. Natapik daw ng isang Quezon Husker doon. Assist of the game is brought to you by 747.
And you look around on the perimeter and evidently everybody was securing at the outside, forgot about the paint.
On the last out of bounds play.
They still have one remaining challenge. Coach Eric will use it. Tingin nila, bola na dapat nila dito. So let's see. We'll be back after this short break. The result coming in when we return.
The review for the challenge was inconclusive and it has been nullified. We will stand on the call, Mindoro Tamaraos basketball.
Inconclusive challenge. Let's see Ito nag-airball ng 3.
Correct.
Si Sedorifa. Natapik ba ni Gab Banal? Was it deflected? That was the ruling. That's why it stays with Mindoro. But only 4 seconds on the shot clock. Oh, nakanakaw! Gamalina though, blowing the gimme.
Wow, about the recovery of Gabanal on that dive by Bam Gamalinda. Just quick thinking and quick react defensively.
Quezon shooting much better from the field, 77.8%. Make that 80% from the field. LJ Gonzalez straight to the cup.
For the second game in a row, LJ Gonzalez has wowed us with another acrobatic finish. How about that suspended in mid-air? Ang tagal nun.
Quezon outscoring Mindoro by 11 points, 23-12.
That's the shot.
Comboy. Doesn't work. Fuentes will slow it down under 3 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter. Ramirez stas to contain him. Gozum offering that screen, the switch. RJ Ramirez back with Fuentes. Turns around, Judel left it short. Running start for Ino Comboy. Surveys the floor, wants a clear out against Gab Banal.
Good defense by the Huskers.
Comboy could not shake off Banal. Now it's with Sedorifa. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Sedorifa puts it up for 3. No good. And this is where the lack of a ball handler is giving problems here para dito sa Mindoro.
And everybody really just wants to create out of the situation, see if they got an open lane to try and finish in the paint. But I do agree to your point. You gotta need a point guard inside to try and, give different reads for the team.
Mindoro with a timeout. We'll be right back. Gab Banal, you look at those last 11 games, 9.7 points, shooting 50% both overall from the field and from free. In game number 1, had 19 points, hit 4 threes. Today, 10 puntos, 50% from the field to go along with 5 rebounds and 5 assists.
Ano ang gusto mo dyan, yung efficiency and yung timing where, his contribution is needed. And me and Sidel, when we covered that game in Quezon, we were telling him, man, parang ang laro mo, yung mga MVP season mo, bumabalik ka.
Up next, Jensen versus Basilan. Coach Elvis waiting in the wings as well. Jackson Corpus. Let's see if he could duplicate that game 1 performance. Timeout Quezon. Magbabalik ulit kami. Back with us here inside the Malolos Sports and Convention Center in Malolos, Bulacan, kung saan noong nakaraan Si Councilor Jeric Teng nagkaroon ng 25 points, 10 rebounds nung naglaro yung Pasig dito, no, last time. Way back in February of 2020.
Alam mo, ang isang magandang tanong dyan, bukod dun sa trivia ang binigay mo, Ken.
Okay.
Sino kaya yung huling nag-date dito? Hanggang ngayon, sila pa rin nanonood ulit.
Commissioner Kev Remdes, Head of Security Rudy Distrito, Head of Operations Emer Oreta. Fresh 14 on the shot clock of Mindoro. Comboy could not shake off LJ Gonzalez. We are down to our last 2 minutes. Could also be the last 2 minutes of Mindoro's season. And they turn the ball over. Quezon gets the possession back.
Well, clearly, travel yon para dito kay RJ Ramirez. Napakaraming hakbang.
Tatlo yun. Mindoro with a crucial defensive stand here. Gonzalez.
Yeah, they're going flat again.
Bounce pass to Will Gozom. Someone's open and it's Bungos. Touch pass to Gab Banal. Left it short. Comboy gets it in transition now. Ramirez goes up strong, lays it up and in.
Wow, what a turn of events. Good ball distribution, good man movement on the side of the Huskers, but could not finish that possession.
4-point swing in favor of Mindoro. Fuentes lost it. Bola nakuha ni Comboy. Numbers here. Up top, Andrew scores! We are tied, 84-all.
And the Mindoro Tamaraws bring a lot of energy in those last 2 possessions. A couple of defensive stops, a run the other way, and a couple of good makes.
Fast break of the game brought to you by Extreme Cool Air Conditioners. Ang Extreme Magpalamig free installation for Smith-type air conditioners.
Started off with that RJ Ramirez finish, and then Ino Comboy alley-ooping it over to the very valuable contributions of Ashen Andrews.
Timeout Quezon. We'll be right back. Sean Andrews, a double-double, 14 points, 10 rebounds, and he has tied the ball game up. We are knotted at 84 apiece. Game number 2 between Quezon and Mindoro going down the wire with 67 seconds left here in the 4th. By the way, quick shout out to Mr. Triple Double, Juanito Gregorio.
Oh naman.
And also, syempre, Mr. Javi Palanya. No, din yan. Alam mo, sakto 747 yung isa sa ating mga bagong partners in the MPBL. Parang may gustong ireto sa kanya na nasa airline industry.
Teka, linawin lang natin kay Javi, hindi kay kay Coach Juanito.
Oo, kay Javi.
Baka malito si Coach Juanito.
Alright, here we go. LJ Gonzalez with the basketball. Ramirez, one-on-one. LJ, shakes off RJ Ramirez and finds Will Gozom. And Tibayan, no choice but to give up that foul.
Number 27, Jonas Tibayan is second. 13 foul.
2 free throws, big ones coming up for Will Gozom.
Oh, these are crucial free throws for Will. Ooh.
Critical miss on that first free throw. No Simon Sandagon. So it's been this unit. Will Gozong, Vince Magbuhos, Gab Banal, Judel Fuentes, and LJ Gonzalez. Will Gozong coming up empty there. Mindoro has a chance to reclaim the lead. 40 seconds remaining.
Going for a 2-4-1 here.
RJ. Comboy for free. No good. Magbuhos clears it. Mindoro not yet in penalty. They still have one more foul to give. Each team has one timeout each.
They might be going to that middle ball screen and a flat, but this time they go one flat.
LJ. 5 on the shot clock. Losing it. Pagkakataon para sa Mindoro. Comboy. The pass. Senorifa. No! Gozong clears it. 2 seconds left. Magbuhos the heave. And we are going into overtime.
Wow, what a game two. And you like that Mindoro actually did their thing on the defensive end, and both teams actually just couldn't knock it down on their those successive possessions.
This was a good block though by Senorifa.
They had a chance to run this down, pero napigilan ni Ino Comboy kung anumang shot attempt ang gagawin sana. But this was a good look though for Joseph Sedorifa, potentially the game winner for Mindoro, but instead we're heading into overtime.
The MPBL is the gift that keeps on giving. Defy or dominate. Coach Benji Teodoro trying to defy the odds while Coach Eric Gonzalez trying to hold off itong spirited rally ng Mindoro Tamaraws. Another overtime game in this year's playoffs. Kaagalin lang natin sa double overtime game ng San Juan at Pasay in Palayan City last Wednesday. As RJ Ramirez mintes yung kanyang tira galing sa labas. RJ standing his ground. And he gets a stop.
Well, I feel a lot of these stops have been, you got to credit RJ Ramirez. You know, trying to disrupt the passing lanes, getting in there. And to the point of the overtime, suki ka talaga. ikaw rin yun, di ba?
Oh,
Sa Pasay.
kami ni Coach Christian.
Right.
Oh.
Well, I guess ikaw ang common denominator.
Siningit mo pa eh. Ramirez na ipasok yung unang free throw.
But he's been big, ha? Itong si RJ Ramirez.
15 points, 2 rebound. Pero ang importante dyan, yung depensa niya kay LJ Gonzalez.
A couple of stops, and look at him staying very aggressive defensively.
Curious decision by Coach Eric. Pinagpahinga niya muna si LJ at si Judel sa pagsisimula ng overtime period.
Couldn't get to that high-low. Good defense by Joseph Sedorifa.
Mabundo with 6 on the shot clock. They go to Magbuhos. has the size advantage over Sedorifa but lost it. Turnover.
This is gonna be big if they score on here, to Mindoro.
Sedorifa for free. It will roll out.
Another good-looking shot.
Tamsi is free for a free. It's good.
Tamsi's been one of the more consistent guys that's left free. And he's not afraid to take those shots.
Lamang na ulit ang Quezon, 87-86. Comboy. Nice pass. Andrews though was shut down by Copiso. Tries to navigate. Powers through. How about Ashton Andrews? 16 points and 11 rebounds.
Where would Mindoro be without Ashton Andrews? He's just been a very surprising and pleasant piece coming off the roster of the Mindoro Tamaraws.
Magbuhos. Campanal, pinasa palabas kay Abundo. Short ang kanyang tres. Nakuha ni Comboy ang rebound. Approaching the 3-minute mark of the overtime period. Comboy only 2 points here in the second half and overtime. A foul against Abundo. They are in penalty.
Number 29 have been Abundo. Penalty, third foul.
They would have already done their thing. Ito si Ashton Andrews sa ilalim. Grabe yung galaw nito. Talagang hindi natitinag. He just kept staying in control.
Yeah. Staying composed.
Right.
Amidst all the pressure, amidst all the traffic. Comboy had 10 points in the first half. 2 important free throws coming up. Remember, in that do-or-die game against Cebu, he came out big, 18 points. Hit that big jumper down the stretch. And calmly sinks in the first free throw.
And he also was not afraid of the moment when that game was close. He kept wanting that ball on his hands to be the one to lead Mindoro into that win.
Mintis lang yung pangalawang free throw. So, lead just at 2 points, 89-87. Fuentes at Gonzales at Gozum din bumalik na para dito sa Quezon. LJ sizing up the defense of RJ Ramirez. Gonzales, pass outside. Tamsi, libre para sa tres. Back-to-back freeze for Al Tamsi.
Oh, that's the shot that Coach Eric has been signaling. He wanted Gabanal to clear that side of the floor. So it's a lane drive with your best three-point shooter so far in the last 2 possessions in Al Tamsi. And he got it.
13 points for Al Tamsi. And another collision here. And an offensive foul against Marion Magat, and he will foul out.
Oh, and that's it for Marion. They lose one big right here. Trying to go on a little grenade action, but on its way. Did not give enough space for the defense of Tamsi to try and avoid that screen. Good call.
Isa lang ang lamang. Quezon, 90-89 over Mindoro. Gonzales with the rock. Still in front of him, RJ Ramirez. We're down to our last 2 minutes. Gab Banal doesn't take the free. Gives it up to Will Gozum.
All because the good defense of RJ Ramirez.
Pass deflected out of bounds by Ashton Andrews.
Kita mo kung anong ginawa ni Ashton Andrews. Alam niyang parating yung bola kay Will Gozum, pero hindi siya kagad dumikit kay Will Gozum. Inantay niya yung pasa.
Fuentes, step back. 3 seconds left. Fuentes airballs the three. It will go back to Mindoro.
The catch and shoot situation so far, you know, that shot's been pretty dry for Judel. Now it's important for the Huskers to get a stop here.
A minute and 34 left here in overtime. Ramirez, kahanap ng papasahan, binigay kay Sedorifa. Not a lot of options on this set. 6 seconds left on the shot clock. Tibayan falls down. Comboy trying to bail them out. It's short. And the defense holding up here for the Huskers.
He's got numbers.
Gonzalez will pull it back out. A minute and 7 left here.
Again, they want that middle lane for a screen involving LJ.
Tamsi offering that screen. He is free, not a pick. Ashon Andrews bounce back to Ramirez. He got fouled, got pushed from behind. And 2 free throws coming up for RJ.
Boy, how about that defense of RJ though? That's twice already na nakita natin earlier in regulations. LJ went drive middle. He got that strip. And very similar here. He just waits for LJ to bring that ball down and then he takes a swipe at it. And on his way, he got fouled.
Just a regular foul, pushing foul.
Number 2, Judel Fuentes.
Laban kay Jodel Fuentes.
Second foul, Judel Fuentes.
Ramirez back at the free throw line. Where tonight, he is 4 out of 4, has yet to miss. But these are 2 pressure-packed free throws. He misses the front end.
You're down 1. You gotta make this.
Pakatabla. Quezon gunning to end this series here. They do not want to go back to Lucena City. Mindoro trying to stay alive. 52.8 seconds left. Knotted at 90.
RJ again on LJ.
Gonzalez only 7 points but does have 10 rebounds and 6 assists.
Oh no.
Gabanal falls down. Seems like he's still okay. Fuentes lost it.
Well, he was trying to meet that pass. Pero medyo mataas yung pagkakaswing ng bola ni Will Gozom. Had the right thing in mind. Kaya lang yung angle ng pasa.
30.9 seconds left. Mindoro suing for time. And we will listen in to the huddle of the Tamaraws. Will be led by Coach Kim Cinco apparently. Let's see.
Press break. Okay, doon ko kukunin yan. Dito kukunin. Press break, line. Dito, sa labas tayo, sa labas tayo. Dito yan, yung ball dyan. Kasi dyan outside din. Side line, yung ball ako. Sige, side. Okay lang. Okay. Listen na. Guys, listen na. 4 guys, ikaw ko to. Okay, go. Bam, go. No, kunin mo. Jay.
Asyon na pa, sir.
Ha? Asyon ba? Okay, pag di nakuha to, huwag mo laliman ha. No, huwag mo laliman ha. Flash ka pag meron. Okay, pag nakuha yan, then spread out. Tingnan nyo.
Pwedeng wala ng ball screen.
Walang ball screen.
Busing ko.
Dumos ka. Okay, dumos ka.
Ghost lang.
Penalty yan.
Hindi, wala na. Ano?
Walang ball screen.
Wala.
Well, it looks like the Mindoro Tamaraws are going to inbound from the back. They're going to do their press break. They start off with a line formation, which they normally have done in some of the end game situation. But this time, instead of a half-court line, they're doing it from the back. They'd like Gamalinda to go, eventually ending up with Ino Comboy. And as soon as they cross the half-court line, there'll be no ball screens. It'll be single coverage. He wants Andrews out of the way.
1-on-1 against Al Tamsi. 6-second differential between shot and game clock. 9 seconds left on the shot clock. Comboy. 1-on-1. Gets past Tamsi. High off the glass. No. And ball will go to Quezon. They will review it. Pero tingin ni Bambam, hindi niya natapik. Or at least last touch on a Quezon Husker.
Well, Mindoro really wanted for Ino Comboy to try waste as much clock as they can. But that shot was too deep inside. You have to give credit also to the defense of Altam's. He refusing to get beat. But once he was in there, Opiso it just helped out.
Mukhang off
Oh,
pagbuhos.
yeah, it looks like off magbuhos. That's right, Ken.
Yeah. I don't think Gamalinda touched it last.
So this will be a baseline out of bounds for the Mindoro Tamaraws. This is one of the more difficult inbounds to defend against, that baseline out of bounds. Because everybody's, halos lahat nakatalikod eh. And you wouldn't know where that back pick, where that screen is gonna come from, whether it'll be a dive or a flare.
Now, should Quezon get the basketball back, they still have one more timeout remaining. They can advance the basketball.
I'm sure first thing on the mind of the Quezon Huskers is to force a 5-second violation. And so that they got to crack their end of the floor.
By the way, wag natin kalimutan. Shout out to our ang pinakamagaling sa pickleball sa panel, walang duda. Boss Sedelf.
Ay, oo naman. Boss Edel,
Oh.
it's pickleball day the other day. Kasama niya si JC at saka si JB as they celebrated the birthday.
Magkampi yata siya nila Coach Don Dulay dun.
Oh, ganun ba yun?
Yata, hindi ko alam siya. O bola nga ng Mindoro.
That's right, that's the right call.
And now they can opt to take the last shot.
Can you imagine, Ken?
Tabla panalo tayo.
Yeah, can you imagine, Ken? If the Tamaraws do really good on this baseline out of bounds, this might just be a good chance to equalize or to get the win for the Tamaraws and force a game 3.
What a way that would be. If that turns out to be the case, Coach Mike.
Indeed.
Grabe, ibang klase yung mga games natin dito sa playoffs. Nakakabuntong hininga.
Oo. Pero ganun talaga ang kalidad ng mga ng mga teams that got in. It wasn't easy to get in. You had to go through the play-ins. And man, Mindoro got here through the play-ins. And imagine if they'd be able to stretch this to a third game. We'll see.
All right, baseline inbound, RJ Ramirez. Hirapan mag-inbound. They give it up to Sedorifa at the corner.
Can't foul.
3 seconds left. Sedorifa got blocked.
Ooh. Was there a
Wait a
foul? There was a whistle that got blown.
Wait a minute. Wow. Tense moments here.
Wow.
All right. Overtime period done. Tabla pa din, 90 all. Double overtime na naman po tayo.
I'm going to baptize you, Ken, as OT Ken.
No, it's just the beauty of the
Indeed.
MPBL playoffs.
Indeed.
90 all heading into the second overtime period.
And we love it.
Back with us here inside the Malolos Sports and Convention Center. Talagang sinulit yung pagbabalik natin after more than 5 years. Double overtime game here in game number 2 between Quezon and Mindoro. Diego Dario coming in here to start the second overtime period.
Who knows, he might just be that missing piece for the Huskers to finish this off.
At depensahan yung corner exit doon. Fuentes trying to shake off RJ Ramirez. Bintes, Tibayan the rebound.
Pinahihirapan ng depensa si Judel Fuentes sa lahat ng looks niya. He's never gotten a clean look after making that 3 earlier in the fourth.
Joseph Sedorifa locating Jonas Tibayan. Ramirez with 6 on the shot clock. Rising up for the mid-range jumper. Big shot from RJ, who has 19 points.
RJ wants this. You can see it in his eyes. You can see how he's been playing the passing lanes and playing defense. He wants a game number 3.
Diego Dario can't answer. Sedorifa will slow things down.
You know what's impressive about the Mindoro Tamaraos? You know, different guys really chipping in at different parts of the game.
RJ posting up Dario. And it's a foul against Diego. 2 free throws coming up for Ramirez.
And they will definitely try to milk that matchup against Diego Dario. Diego just came off the bench and RJ's been hot. Look at that jumper right there coming off that 2-man action and leaving it up for that jumper to go in.
RJ with a very vast playoff experience here in the MPBL. Played with Makati back in Season 5.
And
Also with Batangas. Sorry, Coach Mike.
And also he's brought that edge to the way that the Tamaraos played.
Sa depensa niya
Oh yes.
kay LJ Gonzalez.
He refuses to get screened. He plays the passing lanes and he waits for that right moment to try and swipe the ball away from one of the premier guards of the Huskers in LJ Gonzalez.
Saka yung multiple efforts to get back
Correct.
when he gets beat
Correct.
off the dribble.
Correct. He never, you know, stays static. He just keeps on moving.
Naipasok niya yung unang free throw. Pasok din yung pangalawa.
And
4 ang lamang ng Mindoro.
Yeah, tsaka Ken, you love his energy right now. And you feel at this point, the second overtime, this has got to be RJ Ramirez's, you know, pursuit to try and get game number 3 for the Tamaraos.
Aldamsi buries a free. Third triple here in the overtime periods, has a total of 16 points.
3 out of 3 from his last 3 attempts. And nobody's checked on him.
Comboy wants it against Tamsi. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Comboy tries to answer. It's short. Quezon, a chance to reclaim the lead. Gabana lines it up. Book it from downtown.
The guy who slipped earlier in the first overtime knocks it down from the top.
13 points for Gabana. Tibayan. Mindoro falling in love with the free a bit here. Magbuhos is holding on to his stomach area. Gabanal and Tibayan.
You gotta restrain yourself if you're Gabanal. You understand, if there is going to be a game number 3, you're gonna need these guys from the Huskers to be available.
Yeah.
And if this is gonna be an unspo called on Jonas Tibayan, he might be done for the night.
Tinapik niya si Magbuhos. Tingnan natin yung nangyari dito.
Takes that shot. He's trying to screen.
Okay.
Oh. Was that enough though? Was that enough?
Hindi, ang tanong kasi, was it intentional? Yun din yung isang tanong doon. Was it a case of him, yung momentum ba, pabalik?
Oh, a naked eye, you know, I don't think that's going to be enough for anything than a regular foul.
Let's see. Kasi kanina, na-involve na rin siya dun sa isang play back in regulation.
And tsaka I guess Ken dapat maging consistent rin yung mga officials with how they've been calling the unspo.
And we also know the history of why he's wearing that mask.
Yes.
Who incidentally, Jensen will play later going up against Basilan in the next game. Di pa tayo tapos, no?
Imagine mo na lang yung next game, talagang hype na maglaro yan. But, you know, all this double overtime has really extended the game. But Mindoro, though, still looking good. You're only down 2 in an elimination game with an opportunity to try and extend this to a game number 3.
Although I thought they could have done much better in their last 2 plays.
Yes.
So yung both ended up with well-challenged 3-point shots.
Yeah.
No? One from Combo and the other from Tibayan.
Yeah. Especially that last one involving
Tibayan,
Ino Comboy.
Okay, Comboy din.
Yeah, I felt that drive really just going solo with Ino, not involving any other guy into any action on the weak side. Could have been maybe a flare for a shooter going down the corner.
Huwag natin kalimutan. Shoutout din natin, Mr. Jaime Mendejar, who's watching.
Si Kuya Jaime.
Kuya Himes.
Kuya Himes. How are you, our friend?
Siyempre, si Daphne Cristobal din. Masingit na rin natin. And all of our viewers watching us live on YouTube, pusupi.com, and on Solar Sports. Maraming salamat po for sticking with us here in the MPBL playoffs. It's been quite a journey. It's been a very eventful couple of weeks here.
Yes. But the first rounders have been very interesting.
Which goes back to our point how the competition, arguably the most competitive field we've had in 7 seasons. And it has reflected sa mga naging laro natin dito, no?
Yes.
I mean, even the 1-8 matchups, that Abra and Ilagan Isabela game, which went down the wire, Abra just holding them off, and then Caloocan, from being down by 17 points, able to dethrone Pampanga back there in the north. And then bukas,
Yeah, that one though.
sorry, bukas
Wednesday.
pala. Wednesday, sorry,
on
Wednesday. Wednesday, Nueva Ecija trying to stave off elimination against the Pangasinan Heatwaves. And then San Juan, nais na rin ma-sweep yung Pasay. But judging from that double overtime game, we also had back in Palayan City where San Juan was already up by 25 points. Nahabulan ng Pasay. I mean, it's been quite a roller coaster here in these playoffs.
And a lot of subplots as well, which makes for the playoffs this season really something to look forward to. And I'd say the fans are getting a good treat post-season.
Siyempre, shoutout rin natin si Coco Abalos at si Jopet Digno. Ayan, mga batikang statistician natin.
Coach Warren Kapitan of Batangas, also always scouting.
That was a lengthy review.
Upon review, unsportsmanlike foul on Mindoro, number 27, Jonas Tibayan, for an act of violence. Combining with the unsportsmanlike foul earlier, Jonas Tibayan is out of the playing court.
He's out.
Yeah, he is out.
Technical foul on Gab Banal. Technical foul on Al Tamsi. Technical foul and Jonas Tibayan will be charged to the head coach indirectly.
Okay. So, again, just to recap. So, it's an unsportsmanlike foul on Jonas Tibayan because he also had one earlier. He is out of the ball game. He is ejected. And then, technical fouls on Al Tamsi, Gab Banal, and Jonas Tibayan for that skirmish afterwards. Wala eh. Parang binaon din niya kasi. And then here, dito na nagpang-abot si Tibayan, si Banal, at si Tamsi.
Yan, napababa na. Doon na nagpangabot dun sa diskusyon na yun.
This is the one technical free throw because of the technicals. And then 2 free throws plus ball possession for the Quezon Huskers because of that unsportsmanlike foul
Right.
on Jonas Tibayan. Dalawa kasi sa Quezon, isa sa Mindoro in terms ng technical fouls. Kaya merong isang free throw on the side of Mindoro. Nag-cancel out lang yung tig-isa ng Quezon at Mindoro.
Kaya isa lang yung tinake sa kabila.
Malaking bagay yun because even if Bagbuos makes both, this remains a one-possession ball game because of the made technical free throw earlier.
But still, this possession is gonna go
Quezon.
Quezon. That's right.
Pero mahaba pa ito. 2 minutes and 39 seconds left.
Well, if they make good here, speaking of the Quezon Huskers, this might be a crucial point of the game where it turns around in favor of the Huskers. And so if you're Mindoro, you gotta play really good defense right now.
LJ Gonzalez.
They blitz it again.
Tinigay kay Altamsi. Pinapantayan ni Sedorifa. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Bagbuos is open for free. It will bounce out. Sedorifa grabs the rebound and got fouled by Jodel Fuentes.
Jodel didn't really need that one. He could have just gotten down the floor, defended, and instead you get that foul and you send Mindoro Tamaraos to the free throw with an opportunity to cut this down to as much as 1.
Big free throws for Joseph Sedorifa. Last time he was here, more than 5 years ago, donning a Makati uniform, he had 13 points and 15 rebounds. Pasok niya yung unang free throw. Second free throw coming up for Sedorifa. 2 for 2. Lead down to 1.
Well, first trip to the line, he makes both. Joseph Sedorifa. He's got 7 points on a 2 of 10 shooting. And none more crucial that missed shot in the first overtime.
Si Axel Inigo ngayon ang naatasan bantayan, si LJ Gonzalez. Gives it up to Vince Bagbuos. Fuentes snakes through. Layup won't work. Gamalinda snags the defensive board for Mindoro, who has a chance to take the lead here. We are entering the last 2 minutes of the second overtime period.
Jodel a little bit indecisive right there. Thought he saw Gabanal on the corner.
Sedorifa trying to shake off Altamsi. What a pass! What a cut! RJ Ramirez scores plus the foul.
And boy, we've been raving about how RJ Ramirez has been a key roster guy, in this case for the Tamaraos. Look at that backdoor cut, making that defense with Jodel Fuentes come in late. And just that rim right in front of him for that good finish.
And great presence of mind as well by Sedorifa under the rest, issuing that pass. Ramirez a chance to give a 2-point lead, and he does.
And staying in control, might I add, on Joseph Sedorifa. Now, it's very important for the Huskers to execute really well here.
5 consecutive points for the Tamaraos. Gonzalez has been shut down here, scoreless in the overtime periods. LJ turns the corner.
That's a foul.
Foul tinawag laban sa Mindoro.
That's a foul. And I like that LJ noticed that the switch came and RJ was behind him. He was able to beat him and had only Bam Gamalinda to contend with. Speed-wise, he had that downhill action advantage for LJ.
2 big free throws coming up for LJ Gonzalez. A chance to tie the ball game up at 100 apiece. Tonight he is 1 out of 2 from the line. Hits the first free throw. And you also have to admire the conditioning of these players. Playing heavy minutes. Wala pa na mga nagka-cramp up dito.
Yes, agree. Wala pa nagka-cramp up. Unlike nung time when you were covering the double overtime game,
San Juan sa
San
Pasay.
Juan tsaka Pasay, no?
Pero
Even in the Nueva Ecija game, right? Meron na rin nagka-cramps nun.
Pero you have to consider yung layo nung biyahe.
Agree. Para even si Coach Christian, nagka-cramp na rin, no?
Yung mga coaches daw. Siya din siguro, hindi lang umamin sa akin.
Oo. Hindi, pero sinabi niya, nagka-cramp na yung bibig niya.
Ayun nga. Ramirez, through contact, tapikan ng bola, napunta kay Vince Magbuos.
A crucial stop for the Huskers.
A minute and 4 left here in the second overtime period. LJ. Ganap ng papasahan. Opiso for 3. Masyadong malakas. Magbuos sa loob. Scores 2.
Well, Vince Baguos just hanging around, waiting for that shot attempt, trying to secure an offensive rebound. Opiso airballs it and he recovers and puts it back in.
Ramirez steps into a jumper. Bola na tapik palabas. Campanal steps out of bounds. It will go back to Mindoro with a fresh 14 on their shot clock.
Napapatayo na si JR dito sa tabi natin. Montek na bitbitin yung mga gamit. Secure the equipment. This was that chase.
Ayun, huli.
Oh yeah, clearly.
Nice call there from Leonardo Layosa. Enoch Homeboy, siya rin, wala pang puntos. Well, he had one free throw in the overtime period. But that was pretty much it. Ramirez,
Oh no.
fake, kick out pass, Gamalinda, stepping back. Umalog palabas yung kanyang jumper. And it's a foul against Jason Opiso.
Oh wow.
They are in penalty.
I think we'll see that again. There's that shot by Bam. Kwestuhan.
Ayun, may yapos sa
yung
likod.
yapos
Eh.
sa likod, right. That's indeed a foul.
I mean, it's not really a lot, but every time you wrap your arms around an
You're-
opposing player.
You're impeding him.
Sean Andrews, big free throws. Comley sinks the first. What a game for Sean Andrews. 17 points, 13 rebounds.
Just rising to the occasion. Ashton Andrews.
Hits both free throws. Tabla naman tayo, 102 apiece.
Boy, different guys really just stepping up for these teams. And you like the compete in each one.
And we'll stay on the air. We'll listen in to Coach Eric Gonzalez as he tries to map out a play with 21 seconds remaining here in the second overtime period.
Hey, come on, right, come on. Gab. Gab, ikaw maglalabas. Okay, okay. Dali lang, ha? Boy. Diego! Diego! MJ. Okay. Judel! Tamsi. Lasha tayo, ha? Okay, Judel, Tamsi. Diego, screen mo si MJ. Okay. Get open. Pag na-deny, flash ka, Judel. Okay, time out. Pag nakuha ni LJ, ready kayo, step in ka kagad, bumall side ka kagad. Spread ka agad tayo, baka druma. Okay, now listen. Pag nakuha ni LJ, kanya na yan. Now listen, ha. Gab, corner ka muna. Tamsi, umilalim ka muna. Judel, umilalim ka muna. Diego, umilalim ka muna. Now, kukunin ko yung tao ni Sidorio pa. Okay, pag-aralan lang natin. Okay, ikaw na bahala rito. Ikaw na. Okay, lagyan nyo na ng konting action. Last 7 seconds. Fluffy kami last 7 seconds. Go, win on 3, 1, 2, 3! Win!
All right, 21 seconds remaining. 102 apiece.
Well, it looks like that they're gonna want to settle this. Go back to a flat situation where you've got LJ Gonzalez with the ball from the top, and then they are gonna wait. Whoever is being defended by Sedorifa, he might be the screener for that two-man action.
Let's see. Catching the pass was Judel Fuentes. Si Sedorifa ang nakabantay sa kanya. Quezon gunning to move on. Oh! Ooh! Wow! Another whistle from Ron Baluyot.
Oh, wow.
Can they challenge it though? Talking about Mindoro. That's a big call.
It is. I mean, LG was really just trying to clear and get a handoff from Judel Fuentes as they planned it.
There's a challenge by Mindoro.
Yeah, they will challenge it. They have a challenge.
Of RJ Ramirez.
Good thing they have. Let's see if they're right. We'll be back after this break.
Upon review, the challenge was successful.
Wow, that was a quick review. It was a successful challenge.
There was no foul.
It should be. Because LG was really just trying to clear. And you want that final possession to be decided on how the Quezon Huskers are going to play it out.
Okay. 7.9 seconds remaining.
This will be free throws, right?
Hindi. Successful yung
A
challenge.
successful challenge, that's
So,
right.
bola pa rin ng Quezon.
Taking possession by the Quezon Huskers.
Both teams in penalty. Mindoro still has one timeout remaining. Especially if they get the ball back off a dead ball situation.
A lot of time on the clock.
Fuentes catches. Magbuhos offering that screen. 4 seconds left. Fuentes turns the corner. Lays it up and in. Judel Fuentes willing that one through. Has 21 points for the Quezon Huskers.
For the second time in this game, we've seen that right side of the floor open up for a drive by Judel Fuentes. This time, he had to take on a Sean Andrews. Took the short route, straight up, going glass, and that for the lead for the Huskers. And he just kept going downhill, no help at all.
And we have a timeout by Mindoro with 2.7 seconds remaining. Let's listen in.
Ikaw to, Bam. Okay, Ash.
Review ng oras.
Okay.
2.7 seconds talaga.
Go, tayo ka lang dito.
Yung time ng
Silipin mo to.
tatakbo kayo.
Okay.
Baka umabot
Tayo
ng
to.
10 seconds.
Wala. Habang nangyayari yan, go, Sep. Pagdating dito, balikan mo. Okay? Balikan mo, no? Pag wala, Jay, silipin mo pag wala to. Flash.
Flash. Hey, this guy has to
Okay.
hit Joseph's guy, ha?
Okay? Mare,
Hit each other.
2.7. 2.7. Pwede pang one dribble. Pwede pang one dribble.
Go!
Oh, lahat ng ball pick, hard switch. Baka mag-inamit mo. Okay. Separate nyo na. Bumbunin nyo na yan. Okay lang.
All right, what do you think, Coach Mike?
Boy, they want to get that ball inside. Mindoro do some action, pero what I picked up was the Huskers were gonna go hard hedge or hard show on the ball screens.
Season on the line for the Mindoro Tamaraws. Comboy catches, fires, no good! And that's gonna do it! The Quezon Huskers survive in double overtime to advance to the South Division semifinals.
Boy, they still had one more pass. With that much time left, Bam Gamalinda, top of the key, was actually right there just waiting. But again, you gotta ride the hand of Ino Combo. He's gotten you so far this season. And he was the guy that decided he was gonna take that last shot. But ganda ng pinakita ng Mindoro Tamaraws, pushing the Huskers to the limit.
And battling back from 14 points down. And check out our best player of the game, Judel Fuentes. And he was the high point man here. But this last basket giving them the win and the series here. Such a hard-fought one, but in the end, they pulled through against Mindoro 104-102 in double overtime.
Well, the thing that's difficult though is that that right side of the floor was pretty much for Judel to operate on.
And nakita natin Al Tamsi also hit clutch threes.
Correct.
Free triples in the overtime periods. But Judel Fuentes saving the day for Quezon. He is with Andre Andisio.
Maraming salamat, Ken. First of all, congratulations. Judel, pag-usapan muna natin ikaw, yung performance mo, hindi lamang tonight, kundi sa seryeng ito. You were very consistent kung ano man ang ine-expect sa'yo ng team, i-deliver mo, especially in that last shot in the dying moments of this ball game.
Una-una, nagpapasalamat ako kay Lord kasi hindi namin ito magagawa kasi grabe yung laro, grabe yung intense yung laro. And binigay niya sa amin yung panalo. Yun naman, alam ko naman yung responsibility ko dito sa team eh. Kaya yun naman nilalaro ko yung laro ko at pinupush rin ako ng mga coaches na kailangan maglaro ako ng kasi malaking bagay ako sa loob ng court.
Diretsong semis na kayo, Judel. Meron ba kayong natutunan o meron ba kayong naging aral sa larong ito? Kung meron man kayong iiwan o dadalhin sa semis, ano yun?
Oo, syempre kasi grabe, sa tough game, kailangan namin mag-adjust ulit. Bawal kami mag-relax kasi sa semis, di rin biro yung kalaban namin against Jensen or Basilan. Kaya kailangan pa namin magtrabaho. Yung mga kulang namin, kailangan namin na itrabaho yun sa ensayo namin.
Pagod ba, Judel?
Super.
Alright, meron ka bang gustong batiin o pasalamatan? Go ahead.
Una-una, nagpapasalamat po kami kay Governor Helen Tan, kay Boss RD, kay Kong Mike, kay Doc Kim, Mayor Plim, and hi to Malik, Kobe, and Kalex, and sa pamilya ko sa Davao, kay Mama Papa, sa dalawang anak ko, kay Mateo, kay Matea, and sa asawa ko, and sa Bakmi Davao, Bakmi Makati, Bakmi Mawab, and sa biyanan ko, sa mga pastor, sa Bishop taga Jensen, and sa tita ko and tito ko na nandito ngayon, taga Fairview, si Tito Vielbert and Tita Ami, and sino ba? Sa taga Pangin, sa taga Kabakan kay Nanay, and taga Pandaitan, and yun. Thank you.
Alright, thank you so much once again, Judel Fuentes, our best player of this game. At syempre, kasama rin natin ang ating winning coach for this game. Walang iba kundi si Coach Eric Gonzalez. Coach Eric, sweet but short question. Anong masasabi mo sa naging game natin ngayong gabi?
Pagod pa ako. Pero terrible. Prepare ka lang sa another playoff.
Knowing, Coach, na this team is the 8th seed team and you are the number 1 team, what does this say about the playoffs here in the MPBL, Coach?
Ibang klase. Parang talo UAAP eh. Okay. Kakaiba yung physicality. Iba talaga yung level of game na kailangan sharp lagi yung mga players.
Alright, Coach, meron ka ba mga gustong batiin o pasalamatan? Go ahead.
Alam na nabati na ni Jude lahat ng boss namin. Special mention ko lang yung dalawang kaibigan ko na mag-asawa. 40th wedding anniversary si Bishop Vincent Javier at saka si asawa niya si Pastora Ligaya Javier. Tsaka anniversary rin yung church kahapon. Hindi nga ako naka-attend. Happy Jesus Reigns Ministry Anniversary. Yun lang po.
Alright, thank you so much, Coach. And once again, congratulations to the Quezon Huskers for advancing to the semifinals. Back to you, Ken and Coach Mike.
Maraming salamat, Andrea. This was a hard-fought series. Despite them being the number 1 seed, Mindoro making their very first playoff appearance, making them earn it, but they are through to the semifinals. They are the first team to do so in the South Division, Coach Mike.
And they're gonna take a lot of learnings and realizations against in this series against Mindoro. They got pushed to the limit, especially here in the game 2. But really just a good game from both these teams.
Hindi pa tayo tapos, mga kaliga. We still have one more. Another mouth-watering matchup between the 5th seed Jensen Warriors going up against the number 4 team, the Basilan Star Horse. Jensen leads 1-0 in this best-of-3 series. Huwag ko yung aalis, mga kaliga. Magbabalik pa po ang Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League Playoffs, ang liga ng bawat Pilipino.